There we go. Okay. Let me pull this up on my little so I can see you guys. All right. So this is going to be a really interesting session. I don't think we've ever done anything like this before.
Oh boy.
But there's a lot of things I just try with you guys, and if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Gotcha.
So, we are on session 31. Where do you want to be called the Four Horsemen? Is that a thing?
The four horsemen with the kid.
It sounds like you don't want it to be.
No.
More of a
I'm
legacy.
perfectly happy with saying that. I just want to know if I say that, you guys will recognize it.
See, it's gonna be like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, right? The Four Horsemen is like the dirty work, and then the Princess's Heroes is gonna be like.
Okay.
We're double listed as two LLCs.
Yeah.
Two places in the white pages.
So for the sake of me talking about it,
yeah,
would you rather be called the Princess's Heroes or the Four Horsemen?
I don't
Four
like
horsemen.
the Princess's Heroes. I'm gonna say that right now.
Okay, because the
Just
king
wait
and
until I
all
go off so hard.
the council members recognize you guys as the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
I came in kind of late, and I feel like I don't belong to either, so
Okay.
talking
That's
about
because you don't.
Wow.
The
Okay,
Yeah,
so
army of
another on the
one.
list.
in the previous session, the Four Horsemen had basically had a long talk session with the council that runs Espa, and through that you have figured out some key information as far as the pending war that's going to happen with Kakia. Before they gave you any more or additional information, they had to discuss it with among themselves about how to proceed. Obviously, it's very tricky water from here on out for the kingdom. While you guys are at Espa, you have made contact. Well, one of you have made contact with your deity. Another has made contact with their organization. And a third made contact with a personal past. And the direction you guys followed was a request by some local families about missing people. And following up on that request, you visited a man named Jasper, who seems to be a tinker of sorts, but he gave you some information to kind of give you a head start. He talked about two families, particularly the Barabee family and also the Saxton sisters. So you guys at least know about their location. He also mentioned that you may be able to find some information in the Southwest District, Inner Ring, as that's where most of the last known location of the victims are, which was provided by the local authority. So he also said that they might be a good source as well. Other than that, you guys are pretty much going on a blank slate as far as the specifics, and you guys find yourself just like still in the morning, I believe, at this point, on the kind of the porch of the tea shop that you guys are in. How would you like to proceed, my fellow horsemen?
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yep.
I have down that the Barabee family's on the outer ring and Saxon sisters on the inner ring. Is that correct, or are they both in the same?
Let's
Radius of ring.
see. Yes, that is correct.
I just don't want to like say, hey, we should go here, and then
Yeah. The Barrowby is in the outer ring of the southwestern district,
southwest.
and
They're
then
both southwest, I think.
and then the Saxtons are in the inner ring,
Yep.
I
Okay.
think the disappearances were happening in the inner ring.
nearer to the Saxtons.
Oh, they both. So that's where they're from, but it was the disappearances occurred in the. Okay, I got you.
Do we want to proceed there while we have some daylight
Yeah.
and talk around?
I'm a master at talking around.
Clearly. All right. To that starts walking where he thinks southwest is.
I go to where Southwest is actually at.
I turn around and realize I'm going the wrong direction.
What the? Hold on. All right. Okay, so you guys venture towards the southwest direction towards the inner or the outer.
Which one's closer?
So right now you are in the outer ring.
I might as well start with the outer.
The outer ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's like it depends on where we're at. If it's like a circle, we might.
It is a circle, and you could take
Like,
the more. It's not really a direct path because you have to venture up a level to get to the inner ring, and it's just kind of a switchback kind of deal that goes up to the inner level versus the outer level.
Maybe split.
There's also some kind of checkpoint deal because of the varying class, but
Like a
it's
save
not like
location?
it's not like that segregated like it was in Kalewood.
Maybe split in 2 groups.
No, we should never split the party into 2 groups.
Split the party.
No, especially with people have been going missing. Splitting up is the worst thing you could do.
It's the daytime.
Isn't it your job to hunt these things? Shouldn't you know that?
We like to work alone.
I think
Aren't
you need
they?
In pairs.
to take charge of the situation.
I mean, I'm not like a girl. No, I shouldn't say that.
Okay,
I think we might as
so
well talk to the Barrowbys first.
the
Since
Barrowbys.
we're already in the outer.
Okay, this is literally the longest point from point to point in the city of Espa, from the northeast to the southwest. But you guys take the ring all the way around. You get to see how massive Espa actually is, and it does take you a good part of the morning into the afternoon to get there.
Murtag is playing about like walk, like the whole time.
So, but eventually you do make your way to where Jasper informs you that the Barrowby family lives. As you go up to the door, you see that it's a very humble-looking home. It doesn't seem very like extravagant in how they live. It's very well like floralized, I guess. There's flowers growing and hanging, much like IRL, like Noah's mom's kind of place.
There's a lot of.
Not that I visit her often or anything like that.
There's coronavirus there.
Yeah.
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 The compound is infected.
So, but the door at this point is closed.
Well,
Oh,
go
knock.
knock on it.
Knock on it.
We're finally here. Took forever.
Do I see anybody outside, like maybe working on the garden?
Uh, no, I mean it's not like it's a big place. So you're even if you're passively looking, you don't see anybody at least in the front area of this place. So
While
I'm
we were
guessing.
walking over here, do other people in the city have weapons? Like how we all have weapons, like I assume hanging off like hips and belts. Do other people have weapons, or are we just like?
I mean, you do see other in a sorts like adventurers type deal maybe make a living out of hunting or um, battling. I don't know thieves and stuff like that, and goblins and miscellaneous monsters. They do carry weapon. It's not like it's outlawed. You,
Okay.
for the most part, you're more heavily armored and weaponized people are the city guards.
So,
Okay.
do we see other races? Is that a pretty normal in the city?
You do see a lot more of other races than
Okay. So
normal,
they won't be
but still
scary.
predominantly human.
Okay. Just don't want to scare them off when your group of 5 of us, a half orc,
Giant half orc.
a little child, and
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, they just had some disappearing.
I mean, that might give you an indication as far as who should be the ones to introduce yourselves.
Hey, look, it's Solaris again.
I'll go with Solaris.
There's someone that lives here, well, kind of lives here.
Yeah.
Guys, I can introduce us. I'll just shoot an arrow at the door.
Also, I thought Murtag looked like a halfling.
It'll
Or does he straight up look like a small child?
He looks
That
like
is
a halfling small child.
Okay.
I'll walk up.
A half
Okay.
halfling.
So, I mean, you half elves could also pass off as a humanist with some concealment, but anyways, who's Norquil said he was gonna go knock, right?
Yep.
All right, Norquil goes up to the door. I'll be right there. A moment passes and the door opens. A gentleman in very plain clothing stands before you. He looks like he has a very kind of a dirty apron on, but he's looking at you, kind of taken aback by the 5 of you. He goes, "Oh, hello. Is there anything I can help with?"
Yeah. Do you happen to be the Barrowby family by any chance?
We are. Is there something a matter?
Yeah, we're so we
If there is.
actually just
We thought you would know that.
we heard there's some disappearance around the. I guess there's some disappearing. People are disappearing here and there. We're just trying to investigate it, see what's going on.
Oh,
And,
yeah. Yeah. He kind of looks back, kind of calls back into the house. He goes, "Hey Meredith, we have some visitors. Could you prepare some refreshments?" And then he turns back to you guys. Please come on in.
Oh,
all right.
thank you.
Would you like us to shoes off, or is it okay if we just?
No worries. And he kind of waves you in. And he kind of sits you down in their kind of common area. And his wife Meredith does bring you some like tea and water and what little snacks, if you will, cookies maybe. He goes, so I'm assuming you guys are here about the plea that we made to the so-called organization.
Yes. We just like some information, anything pertaining to the disappearance of your family members.
Well, it's just my daughter, and we probably last saw her about 2 weeks ago.
And what was her name?
Her name's Tabitha.
And forgive me, sir. I don't believe we got you or your wife's name.
Oh, sorry. My name is Lamar, and this is my wife, Meredith.
Pleasure to meet both of you. I am Solaris.
Nice to meet you.
How rude of me. My name is Norcool.
Good to meet you too, sir. So, pardon me, I'm not exactly sure how this goes and what the formalities are. But if there's anything you need to know or anything pertinent, please ask and I'll provide what I can.
Yeah, normally we would just go around and asking information. How old was your daughter?
Well, she is.
Marrying age.
Is
I'm hoping that she is still alive. At that past tense, you can see Meredith kind of like leaves the room.
Where'd it go, Norcool?
It's I just like being bored. It's his first time like really interacting with people, so you just have to cut some small bits of slack.
Yeah, we're actually here to evaluate him on his final mission before he becomes a real member.
We are his proctors for this exam. This case is treated
No.
like an exam.
So please take it easy on him. It's also really stressful for him.
Okay, well, Solaris, make a persuasion check. No, deception check with advantage.
Let's say nothing about what I just said was true at all. Yeah. Where is it?
12.
10.
With advantage?
Ooh,
With advantage? I had advantage?
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, way better. Like 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure everyone needs to start somewhere. But I mean, it is a pretty sensitive matter, and I'm sure Meredith will get better in a few minutes. So we'll just leave her be. Yeah, she's 17. And I'm sorry. Did you have a follow-up question for that?
Are they human, John?
Yeah, they're human.
Okay. Bless you.
We're just trying to gather some data.
What is data?
Info. Little tidbit.
To make it seem like we're actually evaluating him, I pull out anything that I have written. Start writing notes.
Shaking
The
his
whole
head.
time. I'm just writing stuff. Doesn't matter what it is.
Do we?
Doesn't matter.
So we know the general location, which is like, it's like the outer circle, southwest outer circle.
No.
But
Inner.
Southwest Inner.
Yeah, Southwest Inner is where kind of the general location
Okay.
of where the last known location of the victims. Right now, you're just at the outer ring.
we don't know the exact location though.
No, you don't know the exact location.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna ask her that. Ask him. So do you know where where the exact location she was at last? Like, did she give a name of a place she was going to, or something of that nature?
Well, unfortunately, I don't know where she was when she disappeared. We actually had sent her on a late night delivery to Qureshi family.
And
And
if you don't mind me asking, what was she delivering?
bread, sorry, bread.
Okay.
She's actually the Qureshi family lives in the inner ring. But
Can you spell Koreshi?
Qureshi.
Ooh, I was way off.
Yeah, so was I.
And you said they were in what ring? The inner ring?
The inner
Inner
ring.
ring.
They're actually in the inner southwest district. So he continues. He goes, actually, our daughter Tabitha is very familiar. Her and Cassandra Qureshi are very good friends, and she often makes this delivery. But since that night, we haven't seen her. We've questioned the Qureshi family about it, but they said that she made the delivery, and that was the last time they saw her.
And does your daughter Tabitha have any relations or dealings with the Saxon family?
Oh, the Saxtons. I heard that they also were missing one of their family members, huh? I don't believe they're familiar with each other.
Okay.
Does she?
Go ahead.
Y'all normally deliver bread to the Koreshi family on a regular basis, and does she? Is there like a? You probably wouldn't know, like a normal route she would take.
Actually, no. Are you familiar with Espa?
Not quite. Maybe our friend here is. I pointed at.
Well, as he describes it, you're familiar with it, Bruin. But he goes, well, she usually takes the back alleyway. That's actually one of the alleyways between this house and our neighbor. It's a small, narrow road that leads up to kind of the base of the inner circle, and there are steps you can take that goes up. It's pretty much a bunch of switchbacks, but I mean, it's probably several hundred steps to get up there.
Do you have a picture of her?
No, I don't.
Or can you just describe her?
Yeah.
Oh, Tabitha. Well, she's
I start drawing.
yeah, she's like well, she's lively, always smiling. She normally wears her hair in a low bun. But she is a brunette.
Mertag like erases a bunch of stuff.
Last we saw her, she was wearing a simple plaid dress.
Does it look like this? No, show my sketch.
Go ahead and do a performance check.
Oh boy.
1 second. I don't have it.
Oh boy.
Do you know about how tall she was?
Oh, she's about 5 feet.
You're the worst.
Supposed to be good at charisma, but not so bad.
Oh!
You said she was 5 feet tall?
5'4".
I rolled a 5.
A 5?
She's like,
it's like
I guess
a stick figure.
Really short. It's like my height. I'm learning too sometimes.
Because he's trying to figure out since you're such you're a child yourself, he's trying to still figure out if this is a joke or not.
Well, a lot of times they've kind of missed out on a few questions I would like to see them ask. and we'll work on the next house. But does she have any like hobbies or anything that she likes to do in her free time? This is an easy question. I'm sorry we didn't
Um,
ask you earlier, but yeah.
like I said, she and Cassandra are pretty close. They spend a lot of time together. Uh, Other than that, she is much like many teenage girls.
Has she said anything maybe sound weird before she disappeared had happened in the alleyway, or
It was a pretty routine delivery.
Guys, we are. Can I give us a second, please, real quick? I kind
Hey,
of
can
wave.
you leave your own house real quick?
No, no.
I
I
mean, you
just
guys
kind
can
of.
like whisper.
I wave us into a huddle. I'm like,
I know.
guys, we already know what got her, right? It's not like anything she was doing necessarily got
What
her
was
picked on. Didn't we? Wait, aren't we doing this because the werewolf company, or is that?
No,
Maybe I was just presuming. Never mind.
no. It's
We don't.
Norcool's organization deals in hunting down, from what he's told me, and I don't think he's expressed to any of you. Norcool, why don't you explain what the organization actually does?
Anything
Who
that
are you?
from werewolves to monsters to demons.
Okay. Way
Oh,
off there.
I do we all need to stay in this huddle, or can we return back?
No, we can definitely break it
Okay.
off.
The Mr. Barrowby, I have some form of tracking skills using what power I have at my disposal. Do you have anything that maybe belonged to Tabitha that she was fond of or was close to? I if so, I could use it to potentially locate her. The range is varying, but it might help us once we get to the spot where we think she might have gone missing.
Oh, well, she only, I mean, we live pretty simply here. She has a few of her own possessions. She does live in a room with her siblings. They share a room. But even then, most of her possessions are used with her siblings, like a comb, mirror. I don't know.
Yes. Could we take a look inside her room for anything that may lead to what or who has taken her?
Yeah, sure. And he gets up and kind of leads you to a short distance, couple rooms down the hallway to the left. He stands at the far end and kind of, here you go, boys.
I look at Murtag, just tap him on the shoulder and cast guidance on him. Why don't you have a look?
What, am I just investigating the room for things?
Yeah.
Well, Narcool hasn't learned this thing yet, so he actually sucks at investigating. He always does it. He's really bad at it. So kind of slip around real quick.
just go.
Okay. You sure? Sure you can.
I
What
will,
exactly are you looking for?
I want to look for, a lot of times kids hide stuff like their little toys or something like that. Probably like
You
around
know, this is a 17-year-old, right?
yeah, but even like older people have stuff that's important to them. So I'm gonna look for
any diaries,
a hidden keepsake, yeah, something like that. Probably around the bed or a closet and maybe a dresser if they have that too.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
You get to add a D4.
No.
Plus 3d4?
Yeah.
Oh boy, 26.
Oh, that's pretty
26.
good. 26.
Good.
Um,
Good.
you look around and you find well, kind of based on like asking the father and kind of looking through the room. It's pretty small. There's a bunk bed to the corner and a single bed. The single bed appears to be for their eldest Tabitha. Um, and looking around kind of the bed frame, you do see something that's kind of out of place. And it's just right behind the headboard. There seems to be a little pocket for an item. You pick it up and you see that it's a nice looking hairpin.
And this narcool is something that could turn the cat to be in our favor. And I hand it to Solaris.
This
And,
would actually
Is
help
this
very well. Mr. Barrowby, have you ever seen this before?
I'm afraid not. That's the first I've ever seen it.
Is there any iconography or writing on the hairpin?
The hairpin, no, it's a jeweled flower. It seems to be weighted a lot more than what you would imagine a hairpin should weigh.
dude? She could be a thief. Why
Well,
would
I
you
don't.
get something like this?
Wait,
Motag, could you look at this and see if there's any hidden function to it? It seems heavy for just a hairpin.
It's just the hair.
It-
Is it
it
gold?
could-
Can I look at it?
Yeah, you can roll another investigation check for me. Actually, I'll just carry it through. You take a look through it. It's heavy based on the materials used to it for it. There doesn't seem to be any extra function. But as you know, usually the weightier, the kind of the denser material items are worth more in value.
Do you guys think she had a lover or someone? Is there? Just throwing this out there.
Mr. Barrowby, do you know if?
Barbie.
Sorry,
Barrowby?
this accent is a little tough to pronounce A sometimes.
Mr. Bobby.
Mr. Bobby.
I
Alright,
if she does, I'm not aware of him or her in these progressive times.
But of course. I look at Nicole. Like, is there anything else you could think to
You think
ask?
you think the mother would know? Maybe if she did have a lover, that she would be too embarrassed
What?
to.
We have to stop calling the theoretical person a lover. You could just say significant other. Lover sounds too uncomfortable given the age range of Tabitha. I'm sure it's making her father uncomfortable.
Maybe Mrs. Barrowby might know anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Says Meredith, come here. And the wife does come over, kind of to where you guys are standing. You notice kind of red eyes, like she's been wiping away some tears. But
Good job, Kev.
yes, what is it that you need?
Do you happen to know if your daughter was seeing somebody or maybe significant other?
Was there anyone who was trying to attract her attention, or?
And then I show her. Well, I pointed to the hairpin. Do you also know anything about this?
I I'm not aware of anyone that she was seeing. Uh, she usually is very forthcoming about things. So just seeing this, I mean, obviously this is something that she can afford, but it's not something we've given her either. Um, yeah, I wouldn't know. I mean, she uses tells me everything.
Do I get the feeling that everything they've said up until now has been above board, and
Yeah.
truthful?
Roll an insight check for me.
Oops.
I bet Cassandra's family is super rich.
Yeah, and that was my 18 total.
They seem to be honest about what they've told. They sincerely want to help as much as they can and give you as much information as they can.
Okay. And just for my own curiosity, how close are the Koreshi family and the Saxons family, if you happen to know?
Honestly, and then this is the husband speaking. Honestly, we don't venture up into the inner ring much, just for obvious reasons. But the only reason why we are so familiar with the Qureshi family is because we are their primary bread deliverer.
So,
I see.
how long does it take to deliver bread from here to there and then back, normally?
Anywhere from an hour to 2.
Has she normally been longer when delivering bread to the Qureshi family?
Like I said, she hangs out, like, spends a lot of time with Cassandra, so it varies.
I think we may have gleaned all the information that we can from here. I'll be keeping both of you updated. You'll hear my voice in your head, and you can respond to me. I just wanted you to be prepared in case I do reach out to you. You don't panic. It can be unsettling when you don't know what's coming.
Oh, okay. You said a voice in my head?
Yeah, it'll be my voice. I usually say, "Hello, it's Solaris," and then
Okay.
I'll do whatever message I have.
I will be thinking about it, I suppose.
All right. We appreciate both of your time, and we hope to deliver you some news as soon as possible.
Okay.
And well, I guess we start heading to the door.
All right.
We'll go to the back alley.
Oh, do you happen to know this? Could you point us in the direction of this back alley?
What? Okay, I think you guys manifested this alley. I don't think Johnny said anything about it.
He talked about like a back.
Yeah, he did say alley.
Getting there.
Like
Yeah,
the way.
there's a back alley to get from the outer ring to the inner ring.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Since we don't
I
know
messed up.
where to go.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
And this is why you are administrating this test. So, Lars.
I guess we'll play that music.
Okay. So he kind of leads you guys to. I did mention the alley. It's between the 2 houses.
Yeah, I think I was looking at a spell.
So he kind of directs you just to the entrance, literally right next to the house. He goes, yeah, you can just take this path all the way up. It's not as easy as the main kind of pathways, but this one's just as good as the one that Tabitha uses all the time.
All right, thank you.
You're most certainly welcome. So you guys take the path up.
As we
Did I-
start walking, I start getting into my bag of day-old pastries, medium. Just
Oh yeah. Okay.
When we left the outside of the house, did I notice any inconspicuous looking figures?
Just hanging about.
Yeah, just like outside that front of the house.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Roll a perception check.
Mm.
Uh, 8 plus 8 is 16, 20, 26. Right?
26.
18 plus 8.
Okay, well, it's a lot, but
Sounds like
Yes.
it.
26.
there
Yeah, okay.
you see people looking at you guys. Just wondering what's going on. That's more of the look. You don't see anybody that seems to be shady.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys take the trek up. It takes you a good part of, like, I mean, since you guys are moving with intent, it does take you guys about 20 or 30 minutes to get to at least the inner ring. After it's all said and done, the path that you guys take kind of leads you through crossing several bigger streets that runs through the outer ring. But
Do we
yeah.
do we know when the last abduction was? Like, was there one recently? Were we told that?
It appeared. Nope, actually, you don't.
Okay. Well, I want to be, I guess, on the way to the next stop. I want to just kind of be looking at our surroundings,
Okay.
just for anything that's kind of like not natural or disturbance or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. What's your passive?
14.
14. All right, I'll note that. Okay. And you said you're just looking for
Any disturbance around, just the way, because I'm assuming there would be a lot of traffic through this alley.
right. Okay. I'll have you roll a perception check. No. Yeah, perception check.
Okay.
Could I also look for thieves' camp?
Thieves can't. Just okay. Yeah, sure. You can roll a perception check as well.
Nat 20 plus 4.
Nat 20 plus 4.
Find nothing.
Okay.
10.
10. So you guys continue your walk up. You hit the base of kind of the steeper incline, and you start taking the steps up the side of what appears to be the wall to the inner circle. As you're going through this area, it seems that it's less traveled, but there are people as you look up carrying things up and down these steps. If you look to your right and left, there seems to be other steps that lead up as well. So this isn't the only road. With your natural 20, it appears that most of the foot traffic's normal. There doesn't seem to be something that specifically, as far as you know, that's odd, that would indicate anything to you. Noah, Murtag, you do not find any thieves' cant per se. And you might have seen like maybe an obstructed view that you thought was thieves' cant, but after several more paces and getting a new perception of the script, you do realize it's just scratches and maybe even words.
This is so hard.
What is?
Yeah.
Nothing.
So you guys get you finally get to kind of this area where it definitely separates the stairs into the inner ring. You pass by some several arches, for decorative arches. They're little, but you get to kind of the main road of this area. Lamar does give you like kind of a more specific detail as far as where the Koreshi family lives. Is that where you're going, or are you going to maybe the Saxton?
The Koreshi, right? We're heading?
Yeah, let's go there.
First.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, once you get the main road, you take a left and you pass by several smaller roads, but you eventually make it to the Koreshi family's kind of villa, if you will. It is much bigger and more extravagant than the previous house you just entered. In the kind of the front area, there's kind of a large archway that separates the main road from their yard, if you will, and it does, over the arch, it does say the Koreshi family. But there isn't a gate. It's just kind of an open walkway. It goes through their front garden, takes several steps up, leading to a double door. The door is closed.
No knock.
All right. But before we go in this time, remember that Cassandra is a dear friend of Tabitha's, and we're not to use past tense when referring to Tabitha's whereabouts. We need to consider it of who we're talking to. Let's try this again.
Knock on the door.
Okay. A moment later, a woman, dressed in a very nice kind of white, kind of sundress type deal, opens the door. It's like, hello, how may I help you, gentlemen?
We're here on we're with the order, and we have just received
I'm
we
sorry,
heard about their
what's
disappearance
the order?
around these parts.
Oh,
And
you're following up on the disappearance.
yes. We just talked with the Barabee family, and
Are you with the kingdom?
yes,
No. No.
our friend here is from the kingdom. I am not from the kingdom. I am from the order.
Oh, and I'm sorry if if I'm not forthcoming about this, but I suppose it would be proper for me to know where and on whose authority you're coming before I let you in my house.
Is the authority of a concerned citizen enough? Do you care so little for these girls' disappearance?
Ooh.
We
Ooh, yeah,
happen to
guilt her,
live
yeah,
in
man.
dangerous times. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name.
It's malchance.
Well, Mr. Malchance, as you know, there have been disappearances among these parts, and one can never be too careful.
I understand.
Pardon me, miss. What my friend here failed to communicate clearly is that the Barabee family hired us to help locate their daughter Tabitha, and we're also investigating the situation for the Saxton sisters. We found out while talking to the Barabee family that the young Tabitha was close friends with, I believe, your daughter Cassandra, and we were just hoping to maybe speak to her in regards to what happened the night that she went missing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mention Cassandra?
Yes, I did, Mom.
I mean, I understand that Cassandra and Tabitha were close, but I didn't realize I didn't know she was involved. like I informed the local authorities when they came to question about the disappearance of Tabitha, she delivered the bread and spoke with Cassandra for a little bit and left. And there was all that.
Can I do an insight check on her to see if she's hiding anything else? If she
Yeah,
looks like something?
I was about to ask
Yeah,
the same
you may.
thing.
Meanwhile, she's gonna insight
Well,
check.
anybody that's wanting to insight check, you may roll
Okay.
for it.
Oh.
No, why
Yeah.
not?
19.
26.
Oh,
My word.
We're
Oh, we're
taking
starting.
Jordan, Solaris is one thing. That's it. All the other skills suck.
16.
She appears to be telling the truth, but it appears that she is also holding something back.
Do we get anything more with a 9 on insight?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. One sec. I get it. Different.
John, did it see what about we were talking about seemed to like make her apprehensive or like with hiding something? Can I tell that or no?
Particular with such a high roll, particularly about the part where Cassandra was mentioned.
Okay. Like she seemed nervous or was scared for her?
If she had an acting career in her background, you would get it, but your roll so high. She appears to be composed, even though but there was a slight moment where she seemed to pause when she said that her Tabitha and Cassandra talked for a little bit, and
Okay. If it's all possible, I'm assuming it's Mrs. Koreshi?
yes. And who am I speaking with?
My name is Solaris, ma'am. If we could, I know it's around time to eat, but if we could speak to you, Cassandra, for maybe an hour or half an hour to get any insight about what happened that night, what they were talking about, it would greatly help us in helping the Bobby family.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh gosh.
12.
12? Okay. I will send, and I hope you do not take offense. I will send Cassandra out to, you may chat with her, with me and our butler present, on our porch. But I will not let you in my house.
That's fine.
Sure.
Okay. She turns in to the house, closes the door.
Okay, while this is happening, I turn to Murtag. I need you to get inside and see what she's hiding.
Oh gosh.
Well, she just saw me here. We'll have to pick up something for you to tell me to go get, and then I'll go get it. But I won't go
Or
get
we
it.
come back later and try and see what we learn after we talk.
Yeah, that would actually probably work.
All right, because
kind of
she's
hold-
hiding something.
I kind of hold Solaris back and let the group go first. And kind of. I'm assuming she has her back turned against us, going to where.
She shut the door.
She shut the door.
We're like
outside by ourselves.
Oh, we're in front of her though.
No, you
No,
are
we're-
on the porch outside of the front door that she just closed.
Okay. I guess I just go talk to Solaris. Like, is there like kind of whisper in a sense? Is there any way you can do talk to her like in her head that way?
Nope.
Have a different no. Not possible.
Cannot do that. I can.
I
I
would
don't have either of the talking spells prepared today. I don't have Zone of Truth or Silence.
Oh. Can I find a comfortable place to basically like lay down? And
Yeah, the porch
like,
is
take a
very
nap?
well, like, in the sense, well dressed. There's seating areas and stuff like that.
Is there like a swing? One of those swing chairs?
Like a
Um,
rocking chair.
yeah, sure. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if there's a swing. There appears to be a swing.
This house just became very southern.
Brew
Yeah,
is
wrap around
like
the porch.
obnoxiously swinging on
Is
the.
there any sweet tea?
This isn't your normal like porch swing, like it's like hanging off the like a beam or something. It's actually on two like stone, like kind of miniature pillars that it kind of swings on.
Okay.
So after about a few minutes, the door opens, and a young woman who appears to be Cassandra steps out and kind of look towards you guys and pretty much finds a seat within safe distance among you guys, followed by the mother and also a kind of man dressed in like kind of a black suit-ish type deal, steps out. What appears to be the butler.
How
John,
big's the butler?
whenever.
I'm sorry, what?
Go ahead, John.
Will allow me. Whenever a minute passes, could you give me his strength score and maybe his harder class levels if he has.
What?
He's doing Know Your Enemy.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the same thing, but the non-fighter way of look. Do I think I could take him?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll a insight check on your part, and then we'll wait for yours.
Natural
Wow.
20. Cool.
Well, he's
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
This guy
wait,
is still like a foot shorter than you. Anything
21 total.
anyone smaller than you appears to be someone that you think you can take.
All right.
I mean, sizing him up, you're pretty sure you can take him.
Cool. Give
before
Bruin the nod.
before we get into talking too much, do I gather that the hairpin could be something that would fit in the like clothing genre style that they wear?
Yeah, roll an intelligence check.
What's a bold move?
Intelligent. Big 11.
It's nice. The place looks nice. They look nice. Seems like it fits nicely.
It's supposed to be. I can get used to this. Thinking in his head. Just settles into the chair like really comfy.
Oh, yeah.
This chair's probably like he looks like those kids that sit on the big chairs outside Cracker Barrel. Like, it doesn't fit him at all.
All right. So, well, this is Cassandra. Bear in mind, if I deem the questions are too intense or unnecessary, I would ask you guys to leave.
Very well.
You may proceed if you wish. She is sitting in front of you. Seems to have her her legs crossed at the ankles, hands on top of each other, kind of gripping her dress.
Does she look nervous?
Yeah, I was about to say, what does her mannerism look like?
She
Look like
is visibly nervous.
at like her mother being here, or the thought of being questioned.
Will we know that?
You can roll an insight check.
Can I help him?
You can roll an insight check. There's no
Okay.
helping an insight.
What do you think?
27.
23.
Wow. Okay. She seems to be nervous. It seems like a combination of just kind of the situation where 5 grown men, a half orc, and everything, is about to question her. I mean, bear in mind she is also like around Tabitha's
17.
age. She appears to be hiding something.
Yeah, figured as much.
Wait, you said that out loud?
No, that was that was an awesome Tony monologue.
Precisely.
Yes. Is there enough chairs for all of us to sit down? It's not like good to talk to someone if you're like standing above them.
Yeah, you guys can all find a seat if you would. There's plenty of places to lean against if you want to do that as well.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll just sit down, and I'm gonna look at Norcol and see if he's gonna start talking.
Cassandra, do not be afraid. We're only here to just you don't have to be nervous. We're just here, just asking a couple questions about your friend.
Would it make it comfortable if some of us left?
Yeah, we can go. Some of us, I can go.
I mean,
But
we're not trying to be threatened. Just trying to ask some questions.
Oh God.
Are you telling this among each other, or you're?
Yeah, she just asked that. I think they just asked that to them.
Yeah. Since obviously being a half orc is scaring people, and I get my kind isn't welcome around here, I will offer to excuse myself from the situation.
Okay. Cassandra doesn't answer to this, but her mother does say, that would probably be best.
Yeah,
but she's not doing in a I want to racist way, just noticing kind of how tense her daughter is.
We're racist against half orcs.
Yeah.
Or
No, we can leave. 5 people is a lot.
So it's the 3 of you left, and Bruin and Thud had left.
I would stay.
Yeah, I think it's just Bruin and Thud.
Okay.
I mean, we don't want to lose Murtag. He's like our prime investigator.
Well,
right.
unless this was just, wait. Can I?
Wait.
I'm like, Murtag, get over here. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be there either.
Good job, Bruin.
I am somebody who is great at relieving tension.
Yeah. You know what? I see. Your butt over here.
Oh, well, fine. You're the boss of me. I'm doing it because I want to.
Because you tell me to.
As soon as we're far away enough, I don't know how far we walk. I just like, Murtag, this is your time to get in.
Well, yeah, but she was like kind of cute and like the.
Oh,
God.
Oh god.
Like, I don't know. It was like.
She
What,
is
you
out
humiliate us
of
now?
your league.
Okay, yeah.
Can we hear all this while they're
No, us
No.
3 are pretty far away. I imagine we're like down the driveway. Driveway? Walkway?
alleyway?
The gravel driveway that leads up to the wraparound porch.
Okay. So as you guys leave and contrive your plan or whatever.
Also, how strong is the butler?
Oh yeah. So after about a minute, he seems like a pretty. I mean, he's not like a well-built man, but he seems to do his fair share of, duties around the house.
So I assume his strength is below 8.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, okay.
And
All
I'll
right.
start making my way to the back of the house or something. But you can go back to the conversation.
Okay. Back at the house.
Or like
Get ready
sneaking,
to roll. Are you? You're gonna do this
like
stealthily,
try
right?
to sneak to a
Yeah.
window.
Go ahead and
or
roll the
something.
stealth check for me then, and then I'll just hold on to it and I'll ask you for it later. Okay. So, she goes, thank you for that. So please continue.
Yeah, no problem. Just a couple questions, just regarding about Tabitha. I know that y'all were pretty close friends. Just
Were.
want to get your
It's literally the first thing I said. I'm going here. Continue.
just curious. Was she concerned? What was the last thing y'all had talked about?
She like, she looks visibly nervous. She can hardly make like direct eye contact with you.
Yeah.
And she kind of looks to her mom for help, but her mom is just kind of like making, movements like just answer the gentleman kind of thing. She turned towards you. Tabitha and I are very close, and I'm very worried. She made a delivery for bread. She came up to my room. We talked a little bit, and she left. And that was the last time I saw her. So,
Did she mention anything weird when she was on her way here?
Was anything in particular bothering her, or had anything in the past few days made her upset?
Yeah. I mean, we talk about a lot of things, and she, I mean, no, there wasn't anything.
Our insight check is still in effect, right?
You did the insight check on the Ma,
Oh,
but you may roll another insight check on her if you want.
I mean,
Yeah, while he does that, John, based off the way we're sitting, okay, here's my plan. I don't know if I could do it because I don't know like how everyone's sitting.
Okay.
But I have the hairpin still.
Uh-huh.
Am I able to like get it out to where Cassandra can see it, but the mom can't?
and
Yeah.
the butler can see it.
You can roll a sleight of hand.
John, 19.
19. She is holding a lot back.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
Oh, I didn't roll for sleight of hand yet. I was debating whether or not I should do it.
Oh yeah, okay. If you roll, it happens.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Casting Zone of Truth.
Oh no, I was trying to show the hairpin to the daughter without the mom seeing. I rolled a 3.
A 3.
Plus nothing.
Oh boy.
I dropped the pin.
Yeah, as you kind of pull it out of your cloak and you kind of fumble it and it kind of lands and skids across the table that divides you and Cassandra.
Can I make a reaction and like while I hear this, can I make a reaction and try to
Oh gosh, what is this? Oh.
get up and talk to the mom while kind of
No, it's way too quick. You don't know he's gonna fumble out of his hand.
Yeah, it's too late for that. That's a beforehand something to do.
Yep.
She, especially since you didn't know he's gonna pull this out either.
oh yeah.
She goes, the mom goes, excuse me, where did you find that?
And I like get up and I lean over and I pick it back up off the floor. And like, well, we had, like I mentioned, we'd been to the Babby family already, and we were looking around Taco's room, and we found this pin.
I'm looking at Cassandra at this point, trying to gauge what.
Yeah, as am I.
Yeah, Cassandra. I mean, Carrie only gave it that 19 insight. Cassandra seems like she recognizes it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take her much. I mean, she's already very nervous, and she sees the hairpin. It's like, yeah, that belongs to me, and I gave it to. And then she goes. She kind of breathes out, looks at her mom, and kind of looks back at you guys, and goes, okay, I'm gonna be as honest as I can. You guys are like sincerely trying to look for her and find her.
We are, Cassandra. We're very concerned for her and the Saxon's disappearance.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid I might be. I feel partly responsible for her disappearance. And this is like Mrs. Qureshi is like, Cassandra, you do not need to say more than that. And Cassandra's like, no, Mom, I need to let them know. They're going to find her. And so she continues and says, when she came and delivered the bread, like she normally does, even before her disappearance, about a week before she disappeared, I convinced her to go to a masquerade party, and I've loaned her some of my clothing and also that hairpin, so that she could attend it in my place. Since that day, she apparently has been going regularly, and about 2 weeks ago when she delivered the bread, that was the last time I saw her. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Cassandra, there's nothing for you to apologize for. You haven't done anything wrong.
But if I didn't tell her to go and convince her to do that, she would still be here.
You're harboring guilt for wanting a friend to experiencing something fun, darling. There's no fault in that. Any child your age, and I know my life earlier, I snuck out of the temple that I was supposed to be studying in all the time to go hang out in the town. You shouldn't feel any guilt for what's happening.
She seems to be relieved by the comment. The mother does say, pardon my interjection, but the reason why we kept this to ourselves is that all evidence point to her being the last contact with Tabitha, and we just didn't want to make a bigger commotion and more attention towards Cassandra. I hope you understand, and I hope that you may be able to keep that information under the public eye.
I mean, we'll certainly do our best. I mean, again, like I mentioned to your daughter, there's nothing wrong with what's been said, as long as you're being truthful, and I believe you have been. I haven't noticed any overt lying.
It's the appearance, my good sir. And also, the Barabee family has been close, and we don't want them to harbor any ill feelings towards us because of this.
I understand. Excuse me, Cassandra. Back to this masquerade party. You said that she attends them frequently. Do you know who hosts them and where maybe the next one might be?
It's always in the same location. It's located in a kind of a secluded gazebo type deal. I'm not really sure who hosts it, but a lot of the younger men of the city attend it, and a lot of younger women as well.
And where is this location? In the city, the whereabouts is it?
It's in this district. I mean, probably several blocks away, but it's not too far. She gives you kind of the roundabout location of it.
Okay.
She lets you know it's kind of located just after a strip of boutiques and before a tapestry store.
What's the so is there happened to be a party is there a party every night, or is this once a week, and how do we get into this party?
It happens twice a week, and she goes, let's see. It starts well after the sun goes down, just before midnight, I believe. And I mean, when I first started going there, it's just everybody's well dressed. Everybody wears a black mask. You do have to have that.
Oh, that's ominous.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, how many more days until the next party? Has the one already happened? Is it later this week?
Let's see, and she kind of does some calculations. It looks, I think tonight. There's one tonight. And then the next one won't be in for another 4 days.
Have you and Tabitha been to the party together?
No. The reason why she went, and normally she, obviously, because of her wardrobe, she took my place. She borrowed some of my clothing, and yeah. But no, we have never attended together.
I see. Norcal, I think I'm gonna go ahead and catch up with the rest of the party as they're making their way to the Saxon Sisters. If you want to just let me know, just meet us there. And so it's been a pleasure, Mrs. Kurashi and young Cassandra. And I bow and I start walking away.
as you're doing so, Cassandra does like kind of yell after you. Please, please find anything about Tabitha, and if there's anything else I can help with, let me know.
Of course. And I very briskly get out of view.
Okay. As you do so, I mean, the conversation probably takes a good 5 minutes, if that.
Murtag goes sneaking past him.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I get to a place where they can't see me, I use sending and I talk to Murtag. I'm like, I know what you're about to do. Don't break in. We're fine.
What did you roll, by the way?
20.
Oh my gosh.
Invisible.
Oh,
You get around to the back window. You are You see the only window that's up there. It's about on the second story. You're climbing in the roof. Like you're climbing on the roof. It's kind of a window, and then kind of juts out a little first floor roof, and you're right there about to climb into the window, and you hear a voice in your head. It is the voice of Solaris.
Are we back with Murtag? But like, is there a back alley behind their house?
No, I mean their house kind of, there's like a backyard that's fairly big. It's got, a pool or whatever, the extravagant life. But behind that is another house. However, the houses are separated by like a sizable gap, not extremely big, but that's the path that Murtag took.
So
you can follow him, but you'll be noticed.
Well, I don't know about Bruin, but if we left out the front and we went to the side, how far away are we from the house?
Let's see. If you were to venture into the side, like between the houses, it appears people will know, and it doesn't seem like an area that people want you to be in.
Okay, I guess I'd be waiting, like I don't know, outside of their path or whatever they have from the street.
Okay.
That's probably more than 60 feet from their house, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a fairly sizable yard.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So Murtag, you hear the voice. Solaris is warning. What do you do?
I was gonna say that I try to transform into a cat to be able to climb up because cats can climb better.
Okay.
So I'll be in a cat form, looking in the window, about to go in, and I just tell him, "Yeah, be there in a moment."
Okay, you have several more words you can use if you want.
Sounds good. Like, I'll just end it early.
Okay.
XOXO.
And I just look inside the window.
Okay. You looking for anything?
It
seems to
I
lead.
wanna look for two things.
So what you see is you see kind of a walkway, and on the left is a wall. On the right is kind of these like they call it banisters, guardrailed. And it kind of runs along both ends until, like, I don't know, probably 10 feet down. It seems to turn left, and the stairs that lead downward on the right. There is an end table with a mirror hanging above it. That's just kind of sitting in this hallway.
Is the window locked?
No, it's an open window.
Like, all the way open?
Yeah, it looks like they were letting breeze go through.
Wow.
It's second story.
Man, I don't see any, like, dead bodies, obviously.
You broke
no.
in, and this window is the dead body room. It's on chain.
I will
It's like the ending of a comic got killed, the first episode.
They also have a undead orc that they're trying to let the breeze fly in and let the smell out.
Yeah.
I will
You're this
I
place
got
is
you,
bad,
George.
man.
I got you.
begrudgingly go back down and maybe back to
Do you go back down the stairs from the inside the house?
no, just down the outside of the house.
Okay, so you kind of venture back as a cat. At what point do you turn back into a human?
Before I'll go down and then maybe get to the side. Well, I don't know. Get to
Okay.
somewhere hidden outside of the house.
Okay, I mean everybody's
Poof.
pretty far away. You're pretty secluded. You have pretty good stealth, so you do so, and then you walk out to the street where you meet the rest of the party.
Well, I mean, I could have gone in. It's like wide open. It's like not even hard to steal stuff when it's wide open. I think they have a magic mirror too.
I'm assuming Solaris saw Thud when he walked out, since Thud's just like out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would expect.
He's just
kinda
like
ran-
he's just kind of leaning against a fence post or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Solaris like kind of panics, like, where did Murtagh go? Where is he?
He's out back breaking in.
Shit. Hopefully he got my message. It's actually fine. The doctor just felt guilty because that she basically invited her to go to this masquerade party where they all wear black masks. It sounds ominous as hell. I don't know why teenagers insist on going to dangerous, culty things.
Kids these days.
You've got the location, and there's one tonight.
So it worked. Us leaving, that worked.
Actually, it made her feel quite more reassured by having less presences there.
Is there before we continue on, did you tell us all the details, or is there more to it than that?
I tell you guys everything I know,
Okay.
but that was just my expedited way of doing it.
Okay. I then asked, wait, they never went together?
No, they Tabitha seemed to have gone in place of Cassandra due to Tabitha's inability. Breakfast. To provide to wear the appropriate attire to this event.
I guess I'm still there. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
John, I want to ask Cassandra.
Oh, you just stayed back?
Well, just for like a couple minutes. I was gonna ask her if she has any spare mask that we could use.
Oh no. Bear mask that would fit a man.
You're a frail 17-year-old teenage girl. Give a mask that fits my face.
Like, they have like a mask. It's like all flowers and like.
Or where we could acquire more masks that we can get into this party.
Well, I would normally say yes, but if you're looking to get into this party, you'd probably want one that's less feathery and spruced up.
It's quite presumptuous.
But we do have a shop that I personally go to get masks. You can find it in the area on the kind of the business strip.
What time of day is it right now?
It's like lunch.
Okay, so we got enough time to. And do you? I'm assuming this is also the same place you could get tires.
Tires?
To get
No.
tires.
Not tires.
Not particularly at the mask shop, but you can find. I mean, many of the boutiques have things that you can find.
Got it. And I guess with that, I'll just say goodbye and take my leave.
Okay. She blows you a kiss, and I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I'm taking it. I've already got a girl.
I'm also 140.
Yeah.
I'm actually 50. Okay.
Okay, so you leave and you rejoin the party as well.
Yes.
All of you are kind of gathered on the street that the house faces. Are you guys going towards other family that was mentioned, Saxton.
Do we happen to pass a mask and or tailor place on the way there?
Let's see. You'll
Guys.
kind of be going the other way, but in order for you to get to that the location where the party is, you'll be going past the stores and stuff. It's not like the other way. It's like kind of a couple streets north, and to the left. But I mean, it's more of a circle around it instead of like away from it.
I'll just say to the group, we've all explained everything that we've found out.
Yeah.
I think that we should get here's the thing. We can try and get everything together for tonight and hopefully infiltrate it now. Or we wait what will be 5 days until the next one and do a little more preparing, because we don't know what we're going to find out at the Saxtons.
But we could party tonight.
I think we should definitely get the garments and the masks procured today, so that way if we find something out horribly wrong at the Saxons' place, then we can still attend.
Yeah.
I have a thought as we're walking. I don't know which way we're walking, but as we're walking, do you think that maybe someone who was looking for Cassandra
That's a good thought.
to Tabitha instead? I don't
As a
know.
mistake, you mean?
As a mistake.
That's
Possible.
very astute, Bruin. That's a very good connection. I never would have thought of that.
And if so,
Asked
I
her.
guess what would the reason be? Is the thing. So
I mean,
That family was pretty rich.
yeah, the Kirsch family was fairly well off.
We've never asked her about if someone was bothering her at these parties or.
Maybe not.
Oof.
But I feel like she would have conveyed that information. I mean, she seemed to be being pretty forthright.
Maybe the mother was there and she didn't want to.
I mean, possibly, but she seemed to open up afterwards, and the mother seemed to loosen her guard.
Well, let's head to the Saxons then and see
Yeah.
if we get more clues.
Worst
Okay.
comes to worst, I can always just ask Cassandra, but I prefer to limit, especially if we're going to attend this party tonight, how much of my power I expend today.
Okay. So you guys ventured to the Saxtons. From what you can tell and what was mentioned about them, it's a pair of sisters that live together. They're not twins or anything. One's older. Seems to be the primary head of House Saxton, that runs the kind of the family business, and then a much younger lady who is the one missing. But you guys cross some streets and some smaller roads, but you eventually are able to get to their house. Upon entering their yard, it's unlike the first one. This seems to be less. I mean, still pretty wealthy, but not as. I mean, there's still a difference in wealth, at least the way they show it. But as far as familiarity, it seems like, oh, these people are still rich. And you walk up, much like the first one, up several stairs. You get to the front doors. The doors are open. Both doors are open, just kind of flung open. And bear in mind this is like a nice day. It's like so there might be reasons why people keep windows open or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you get to the doorway.
You know, it worked better last time without me. We'll just hang back, keep an eye on the streets. You guys got this.
Roll a perception check.
That's 7.
7. Okay.
Oh boy.
I'll, I just, as Bruin, I just say, one thing you might want to ask is if they have any connection to the Koresh's. And, yeah, I'll leave you guys to it.
And ask about any parties late at night. Like the masquerade.
You like to party?
You could ask them that, yeah. Ask if they like.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Alright, get in there.
Keep that in mind.
So it's me and Solaris locking up again.
Wait, is Murtag going with them?
Yeah. I'll walk in front of them like a triangle. Like they're like my bodyguards.
Okay. Well, the three of you, leaving Bruin and Thud behind, as they stay closer to the street. Bruin, what's your passive perception?
It is, I believe, it's 15.
15. And Thud, yours isn't higher than that, right?
No, it's 11.
Okay, so it's about your roll. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's
We're
see.
dead.
As the three of you get to the doorway, it is open. The inside there seems to be a like kind of a royal red rug that runs from the doorway in. And when you peer, if you look in, you can kind of see that it's pretty an open floor plan. There's like a kind of a display table at the bottom of a stair that kind of wraps around to the top. There doesn't appear to be anybody within the immediate room.
Knock.
Okay. You knock on the door frame.
Yeah.
You knock on the door frame. You hear kind of like some footsteps, like slippers. So kind of they're short, but they seem to be getting closer to you. Within a couple seconds, a woman appears, dressed in a very kind of a nice purple dress. Her hair is tied up with a pin, an ornate pin struck through it to keep it up, and she sees you guys, walks up to you, and says, "Hello, how may I help you, lovely men?"
Just look at Norcool. Third time
Look
the
at
charm.
Murtag.
One of my colleague Narcool has some questions to ask you.
My God.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
The two of you from the street can see that they've made contact with the lady. Bruin, just kind of looking around, you see that there appears to be two guards just kind of standing kind of opposite on the other side of the street looking at you guys.
I give a little salute, just like
They seem to be interested in you guys. So we'll just leave it at that for now. Okay. Let's see. And I'm sorry. Which one of you is Norcool?
I kind of like wave. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, so we were hired by the Bearbees to kind of look into the disappearing of their daughter, and we're just kind of, and we also heard that um, it happened to y'all, and we're just,
Oh,
you know,
well,
there's
before
something.
before you speak more on the matter, you're here about my sister. Please come on in.
This is so much nicer than what happened last time. Like, so nice to just be let
So
in.
Yeah, the
she
first people gave us cookies too. Like, do you have any cookies?
she's like, oh, certainly we do. She walks you kind of into the sitting room and
Tingle.
sits you guys down on a couch. It's like one couch. It's like a 3-person couch that's against the wall, and she kind of lets you guys sit down. There's a little coffee table. On the coffee table, there are some like a stack of like bite-sized stuff.
Like lady fingers.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then she kind of sits on the other side, and
I will stand by the coffee table and be like on food the whole time.
the way this room is decorated, it's like it's marble, lots of white. There's just a chair, a couch that you guys are sitting on. There aren't even any end tables, and it's just like a stretch of a room. It seems kind of bare.
Odd.
Yeah.
This is really
So-
homey.
So
Okay.
that just
So yes, my name is Catherine, and I put out a request to the organization, which I'm assuming that you all are a part of.
yes.
Some of us.
Yep.
Well, yes, my younger sister, Michaelin, has gone missing. However, it's been probably closer to a month since she's been gone.
Oh, well, she's dead.
Excuse me. Sorry, did you say something?
Talking. That was not so hard.
Case closed.
Usually missing person cases, if it's been longer than a few weeks, they're dead.
It's like 48 hours.
Yep,
Like
first-
9% of the time they're dead.
What do we take it now?
Prisoners.
Yeah.
I have a very special set of skills.
We've actually gleaned a lot of. How familiar are you with the Barrowby family, Mrs. Saxton?
Actually, I heard from Jasper about the Barrowby family. They've also missed a child. Am I correct?
That is true. They're missing their young Tabitha. How old was Michaelin?
Michaelin, she's about 18.
And during our investigation of maybe what happened to her, we gleaned some useful information that might apply here as well. Not cool.
Did Michaela, did she ever attend a masquerade party by any chance?
A masquerade party. I'm sorry, I'm not aware of such party.
Was she out pretty late at nights?
Yes,
Maybe.
she is a grown woman.
yeah.
I'm just much her sister than anything. But she has been out some nights on occasion.
And
I-
would it happen to? Oh, go ahead, Kev. And would it happen to be? I'm assuming Cassandra told us the 2 days that the parties are usually on. Right.
You're talking about when when Michaelin went missing?
Well, no, because Cassandra said that the parties happen twice a week. I'm assuming they happen on the same days, like the same nights a week, right?
Yeah, so they
just Jordan doesn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
the,
yeah.
like,
I would say, yeah. You
week
ask enough
structure.
questions, you know. Oh, yeah. They happen the same time, same day
Yeah,
of
so
the
I
weeks.
ask her if McKaylee. That's what I was trying to get. And does McKaylee go out often on insert these days here? Often.
Now that you mention it, yes, she does.
And I'm sure since you didn't know about the party, you may not know this either. But did you ever see her leaving with a black mask?
Or a mask in general.
Yeah, or mask in general.
I mean, maybe, but if she
Did
did
she
carry
look all
something like
dressed up?
that, I would definitely know. It's not an everyday item that you travel with.
True.
Understand that I am the head of this house. Our parents passed away while we were young, and I've taken up a lot of responsibility as far as the family business. It's hard enough to stay on top of that to provide for the family and to keep a hold of her and her everyday doings. So I apologize if I don't give you very much information as far as her everyday dealings.
No, that'd be all right. It was hoping that you noticed some incongruencies that we've noticed with others. No need to apologize.
Could
Would it
we
be-
look around her room?
Yes.
Yes.
To look around.
Or is that like off limits? I mean, there's like limits in these things, so you know.
I suppose you may. I do request that you don't touch anything. I understand that it's been just about a month since she's been gone, but I'm still holding out hope that she would return to her room the way she left it.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Well, we can try.
Okay. So she kind of leaves you up the stairs into a room. It's very well decorated. It's got one of those princess kind of frame beds with the four and the drapes around it.
The 4-poster beds. With
Yeah,
the
one of
canopies.
those. In the center room, there's a rug that extends out. There's a dresser, multiple dressers, and one of those big mirror type deals, like a powdering table. I don't even know what they call it. Yeah, this is her room.
Just investigate her room for if they're masked or some kind of.
So, is
Okay.
the rule? we
Go ahead
can't
and roll
touch
investigation check. And what did you want to ask Murtag?
anything? Can we like not touch anything, or like can we open a drawer and then close it? I mean, she won't really know that, right?
Yeah. It's mainly just don't move things around is what I'm asking.
No, okay.
17.
17.
Yeah.
As you're kind of fumbling through her stuff, you pull open some drawers that, well, a 18-year-old female would have things in those areas: clothing, dresses, hats. You look through this
I
stuff.
shield my eyes.
As you're kind of looking around, you also look under her bed. There happens to be a black mask under there.
I pull it out and show Solaris.
Moved it.
So,
Touch things.
so this would mean that she was taken not at the party then. The mask is here,
Unless she had it spare.
unless she had a spare. That's
Does it fit me?
Are you putting it on?
I just like hold it up to my face.
Oh,
I'm still holding onto it.
it seems like it would fit anybody with a normal size head.
Is there? I don't know. Norco's investigation check, is there like any blood or any scratches or something on the mask?
Oh, wait. Are you rolling an investigation check?
Sure, why not?
17, it was mine.
Yeah, I was seeing if Kevin noticed anything when he rolled it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it seems to be like it was worn, but other than that, it doesn't seem to have any like stains or
Okay.
markings. It appears that you found something, and to be telling the truth about this masquerade party. Honestly, the only thing that I know much about her outside of our dinners and our lunches is that she does go on occasion to see the priest Deneth at our local temple. Obviously, to speak about some personal matters. I informed the authorities when they were questioning around about it too, and they seemed to thought that was a dead end.
What was the priest's name?
Yeah.
Deneth.
Dennis.
And if.
And Mrs. Saxon, what temple to which
It's just
deity
Miss Saxton.
Did I say Mrs.? I didn't mean to say that.
Oh.
Miss Saxon.
She was.
Can I do an insight check on when he said Mrs. and she corrected him? If like maybe worrying or
Yeah, roll an insight check.
To which deity is this temple dedicated to?
To
15.
one of the 15. It seems like she was really quick to correct Solaris about it being a miss instead of a missus.
Okay.
Let's see. Hold on, I have it written down here. Can't move this though. Anyways, the temple is for one of the three deities that this capital predominantly worship. The Triad. Are you familiar with them?
Am I familiar with the Triad, Joe?
Roll a religion check.
I always thought it's the stupidest thing that religion is intellect based.
Another wisdom. What?
I got a 1.
A 1. It doesn't seem you're familiar with it.
I am unfortunately not. Could you tell me more about them?
Well, yes. I am not quite as religious as my sister, but the Triad, at least common knowledge among this city, is composed of Bahamut. Also, hold on.
That's the dragon, right?
Yeah. Ilmater and also Torm.
Ilmater, you said?
Uh-huh.
What was that?
Torn?
Torm. Torm.
What was the second one?
Ilmater. Ilmater.
Thank you.
Sometimes you don't remember what you wrote down.
And which temple is Deneth worshipping at?
Well, I can tell you where it is. I'd assume it's one of the deities. I'm not certain which one.
All right.
So
But I
she
know
gives
if
you the
it is-
location of the temple where
Okay.
Priest Deneth is.
Also, we might be going to this party tonight, maybe in a couple of nights. You like down to party at all, or what? This sounds like kind of an interesting time. I don't know.
Solaris is single.
He
I kind of point at him.
is not responsible though, so he's off limits.
Oh.
Not the kid.
She's like, well, like I said, I do have many businesses and things to attend to.
Right.
Masquerade
Yeah, you
parties.
don't have. She's too busy. You all.
Wait. Yeah, wouldn't want to come with the cool kids.
You
Got it.
could have your maid and butler take care of the issues. He really needs.
Solaris is very uncomfortable. Like, even is visibly uncomfortable with the situation.
All right, so
I
I would normally give you guys a persuasion with advantage, but because Solaris is uncomfortable with it, I'll say just a straight roll for
Wait,
whoever
who's
decides
gonna roll
to between
gonna
you and
roll it? You?
Norquil, Murtag and
Oh
Norquil.
boy.
Go ahead.
Persuasion, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that good at it, but
Yeah, me neither.
21.
Yes.
19. I mean, like, it sounds pretty. I don't know. You got the mask here.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure she has
hold
some
out the mask.
Yeah, for her missing sister, you evil people. Y'all are messed up.
You could be in on this investigation.
May I ask, this is to find my sister.
Yes.
Yep.
There is a lead connecting the mask and this party to your sister's potential whereabouts. Yes.
Because,
Okay.
well, we could tell you if you're gonna come to the party, maybe why we're gonna go. But if you're not gonna come, then really it's not worth you knowing. Because I guess it's top secret.
Well,
You know?
in the interest of finding my sister, that would obviously be my choice to do so. But I'm not certain how I would help in this area.
Yes.
You would be more of blending us in because it would be weird for 5 guys without any. We're just there.
I mean, it is
You
hard to
would
get
be
information.
kind of masking us with the crowd.
I
Okay.
am understanding it is a masquerade party, correct?
But we're all not girls. Like, we're kind of missing a crucial part of, like, we're just seeing one side of it, and maybe it's different for a girl. So, it'd be really nice to have
I
a
think
different
this
viewpoint.
is the kind of party where people of where you go to look for a partner, if you will, instead of going with a partner. If I'm
Yes.
understanding the situation correctly.
I think Ms. Saxton's analysis of the situation is quite apt. I think having another person there while we're trying to investigate may complicate things because we want to make sure that nothing happens to her either.
Well, we wouldn't let anything happen to her. Like, we'll take care of it. I'm just saying, if somebody was interested in a girl, they're probably not going to walk up to Narquil over here. Like, they're probably not trying to do them. So, like, I said it could be valuable.
I mean,
That's
if
what
you're
you're here for.
adamant on the idea of me
Okay, sure.
attending this party, I would go if it helps my sister.
I mean, I think it gives us an extra tool in the tool belt that normally we wouldn't have. But there
Okay,
are other people we can ask.
then
I don't know.
I shall go. When should I? I'm sorry, I just have
Jesus.
very little information.
Yeah, so basically, I explained that it's in the gazebo. Well, I guess I don't know if I know exactly where it is because I wasn't.
Yeah, you do. I told you guys what Cassandra told me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like at this
We
place.
point her in
almost
the
all the
general
boutiques.
direction. of what we've been told.
We open up her quest map and drop a flag. Please.
We put the
Okay.
hole in their
You
map.
guys are
So
gonna-
you
guys
describe to
are
her
gonna
this
gather
where it
to
is.
camp.
She's like, "Oh, I'm quite familiar with that area. Okay, when shall we meet?"
I asked you before we. Do you happen to know who the owner of this building is, by any chance? If you're familiar with the area.
It seems like a public use area, so I'm assuming the city owns it.
Great question. Well, we gotta go freshen up, I guess. We don't actually have the proper clothes, so we'll have to go get some.
Do you happen to have clothes for men?
Unfortunately, it's just me and my sister. How about this?
We'll meet
Since
up
there
at,
are 3 of you, and it
Well,
doesn't quite look like you have the proper clothes for this occasion, I have a few gold to spare. You can go find yourself some nice clothes. Let's see.
No.
About 2 gold each.
I don't think we could accept that. You just
no, we're already being hired by you to investigate this
Yes,
situation. We're not going to
can't
take any more funds.
Well,
Yeah,
this is for the
very,
efforts
very
of finding my
noble.
sister. It seems like you guys have a pretty good lead, and seems pretty confident in finding her whereabouts. So
Is she like
if I can help, please let me know.
gold to us?
I would say that we do have 2 other members standing guard outside.
Okay. This is I didn't realize we were hiring for 5 people, but
Well, just bonuses.
I'm
They're
you
really
guys are the
cheap
experts.
cheap labor.
Things can get out of hand and complicated quickly.
I also did not realize this was that dangerous. Are you sure you need me?
Yes, exactly. That's why I was thinking that maybe it's not best for you to Murtag and Nokul. I think they were. You just. I don't know what they were thinking.
I mean, it's fine.
Wasn't...
It's a great idea.
He made
Honestly,
some
like,
pretty convincing arguments, and if I can help, I would love to help.
I think you'd help best by staying safe.
wow, that is very
Okay.
thoughtful of
You
you.
will be perfectly safe in his arms dancing at the party. He will look after you.
Jordan to the group. If you bring this NPC along, I am not going to take care of it for you. It's your NPC, and you take care of it. If it dies, it's your fault, not mine.
Come on, dude. You'll warm up to it eventually.
Okay.
Talk
She
from the
goes.
cleric.
Well, I appear to be in very capable hands, and I will meet you at the proposed time. However, your friend here seems to be having some withholdings. Solaris, you may roll a persuasion if you do not wish her to go.
Yes.
Give her the "it's not you, it's me" speech.
I don't succeed.
Okay.
Was it
Let's just say you don't have much to say. She goes, well, I believe that's the plan. And shall we meet before the party or right at?
Just before, like, we want to be a little bit late, so we'll like meet as it's starting, but like we won't show up till a little bit. No, it's
We'll show up like 20 minutes after the party. So
After this,
What's the-
okay. So the party starts around like 11. So like 20 minutes after that.
Sure.
Okay. And okay. Well, that's the plan. I will see you between the 2 proposed buildings, and we shall venture in together.
Very well. It was a pleasure, miss. And Solaris just turns and
I have a
walks
really
away.
good feeling about it.
Did you guys ever figure out how old Catherine is?
She's
Oh,
probably
how
not
old does
that
she look?
She has makeup on. She she is the sister of Cassandra. She looks to be in her
Mid-20s.
mid to late 20s.
Easy peasy, dude.
Yeah.
Never mind. We'll RP this later. Keep going.
Okay.
I hate
That said, you guys walk out of the house and to your companions, and I assume that you divulge all the information you gathered.
Yeah.
About
I fist bump Mertag.
about recruiting her for this supposed plan and the priest Deneth.
Okay. Since we're going to this party tonight, apparently, we need to get the appropriate attire for it. We need to do that before we go to the temple.
You
Yes.
do know that the
Hold on,
temple
hold on.
is located in the business district, which is
Okay.
near where you guys will be finding that stuff
Tight.
too.
Alright.
With that said, before you venture out, let's take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Dude, this is a great plan.
What's up, Jordan?
This is a horrible plan.
You may discuss
bringing an
what
NPC
the
in to
plan is,
die,
so I don't know
actually.
about it if you wish right now.
Wait, you guys. So you guys like? Oh, hey, come with us to this event. We'll
Where
meet
your
you
sister
there.
might have been kidnapped and made you and more dangerous.
Yeah,
No,
very
we're not
dangerous.
doing that.
You
We'll
may have
meet
been
you there.
kidnapped afterwards.
And 2, it's a party for young people. And
Yeah.
okay, 4 of
Look,
us are
we
adults.
are- We are complimenting her. She still looks
Y'all are
young.
All right.
So I'm
We'll
thinking
solve
like
this in 5 minutes.
bodyguards.
I have a good feeling about this.
I keep telling myself I need to divine sense just whenever I can, because one day it's going to pay off. And I forgot to divine sense that the Koreshi house. Now I'm like, that's it. They're demons. Missed out. Could have solved everything.
I wonder if this is, I don't know, Johnson. I wonder if this is one of those things where it's like,
We can half hear you, John.
I wonder if we're gonna be able to. If this is a masquerade, are we gonna be able to actually like bring in any of our gear?
No.
That's what I was thinking, which is like, okay, how are we supposed to protect them? Yeah.
Dude, I have a plan.
Do you guys figure out a plan?
I have.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna burn everything down. And leave it
That's
down.
usually always the plan.
No downside.
When you only have a hammer, everything is a nail.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh man.
Tell you what though, it is good to be back.
Good
With
to
no
be back.
Critical Role. It's been some lonely weeks.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh man. I understand.
I'm just now reading the messages
The vestiges.
on Discord. Cassandra,
Oh.
murder suspect.
She for sure murdered him.
Okay, I don't know all the names. Who's the Cassandra is the mom of the Koresh, right? Or
Cassandra is Tabitha's friend.
Tabitha's friend. And then who's the girl missing from the Saxon?
The sister.
Her name is Michaelin, is the missing one. Catherine is the sister that apparently everyone is going on a date with tonight.
Ah,
Dude.
it's
Never just bring one girl, okay? That's part of it.
that's fun.
Are you guys gonna go recruit some more girls?
Heck yeah, man.
No,
Heck yeah.
I hope you guys don't get her killed.
Oh,
I hope we don't, but I don't think it's gonna be that dangerous. I mean, it's just a part.
yeah,
of it.
people only go missing from it. It can't be that bad.
They don't go missing from that specifically.
So yeah, okay. Let's see. Cassandra is Farabee's friend, the missing Tabitha.
Cassandra is like Tabitha's best friend who invited Tabitha to these things,
Yes.
to the masquerade.
That's cat.
Tabitha is what they call a lowborn girl.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Catherine is the sister of the missing Saxon. Who is
Yes. Catherine Saxton is the sister of Michaelin Saxton, who is missing. Not was missing. Is
Nick.
Jordan says it dead.
So funny.
Oh, they just read.
those
Twice Norkel says past tense.
Yeah.
3 times in a row.
Also, the funniest part though is Jordan. Oh, she's gone.
She did.
Oh,
Case closed.
You're gonna lead Catherine to a dead girl's body.
That would be very unfortunate.
dang.
Sometimes it do be like that.
Forgot.
Oh yeah, the man of the hour.
Hmm.
The man of the hour has arrived.
I just couldn't ignore a 20 persuasion.
I'm aware. You know,
I actually did think
I
it
would
was-
hope that her concern for her own life, might have played into it, but
Guys, how are we supposed to get information at a party if we're all dudes?
do you think? Hold on, Noah. Do you think that women at parties just have immediate
Yeah, Noah, do you
awareness
even
of all
party?
secrets and are talked to?
I have been to a ton of parties. First of
Okay,
all,
let's be fair. Noah went to Laterna. There were only 2 girls there, so
Hey,
not his favorite terrain.
I've gone to some swing dancing events. Okay, the girls have much better chance of being picked up That's for sure.
I'm saying.
Exactly. There's a way better time than getting abducted.
We're not gonna let him get abducted.
I feel like this whole thing was like Cassandra or Catherine and Murtag was like businesswoman meets surfer dude. Like,
I mean, to be fair, you guys don't realize who's Russell Swanson.
that's Shadows in the Wind.
Oh, never mind.
We got one viewer, guys.
Oh, you're Baxter friend.
He's a teacher, and since like nothing's going on right
He
now,
was.
he asked for the stream link. He just texted me. He's like, "I should have watched before I played. This makes so much more sense now."
Yeah.
Is he
My
still
bad.
watching now?
I don't know if he's watching right now, but he was watching earlier.
That's why I tell people, like, if you ever want to like figure out how the movie works, I always send them the episode of Critical Role.
I can barely hear you.
I send them the episode of Critical Role. I think it's Cows and Confusion,
Oh yeah.
but it's
Poor
pretty
cow.
funny.
Um,
Basic rules of it down.
That's pretty funny. If I don't know, I the one okay. If you, I don't know, the one I kind of reference. If anyone ever asks, is the Adventure Zone? Dude, it's so funny. But
The Adventure Zone.
it's,
I feel
it's
like-
so funny.
I feel like with 5e, if you're gonna teach someone D&D, you teach them how to do RP first, based on your character stats. Then you teach them combat.
Yeah.
5e is just so RP focused.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, knowing the location of where you guys are getting closer and closer to the place of interest. You get to the business district. Do you go to the temple first?
Close first.
Close. So we can make it while we go to the temple.
Okay. You walk past the temple. I'm just kidding. You're able to find. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. This is a business district road, and it kind of takes up a couple blocks. But when you guys end up in front of a apparel store, and you go in, they seem to be selling men's clothing as far
Before we go in,
Yeah.
just grab the group. Like, okay, do we all need to go to?
Yes.
Should we all go to?
Yes.
Well, if you
Who
want
is
a
this?
party,
Who is this party for?
Solaris.
Young people.
Is there any
I
way y'all
don't blend in.
It's called a masquerade. You'll be wearing a mask. No one
They'll
can see your
never
face.
be able to tell.
Okay, there's some challenges here.
Which are?
Height, size, weight. Look,
can
I don't like cities. Don't want to go. All right. Does everyone need to go?
From a personal opinion, that I feel much safer that I'm not going to die when I know that you can murder something in 4 swings.
So, if I can keep my weapons and my armor on, I can murder things in 4, maybe 3.
Yes.
We can't carry all our stuff into this
We have
and
the bag of holding.
wear masks.
But
Just dish it out. Come back.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can just
okay,
put
so
all
we
our
spent
weapons in the bag
5
of
minutes
holding.
to all put our armor on.
No,
Yeah.
we can have our armor on, but we're gonna have the cloaks and stuff
over it?
around it.
I don't think it works like
You'll
that.
just have to be stealthy walking in.
I like kind of
Like
like
armor.
Oh, my.
yeah no I like
I realize
cast,
it's a
like,
low
the
chance.
breastplate.
Yeah, I clink mine too, my chainmail. I realize the chances are slim, but I'm not walking in there unprotected.
No.
I got studded leather, so I'm good. I can wear mine.
So
If worse comes to worse, we could put it all in the bag, and when we enter the party, seclude ourselves and put it back on.
It's an open pavilion. I don't.
I'll leave it at this. This is not my idea, but I will go with it. I
I
don't.
mean,
Oh,
worst comes to
this-
worst, if we wear it and we show
Well,
up to the place and they ask us to take it off or we're not allowed in with it, then
Hey,
we
John?
take it off.
Can we act
Carlos and I
like
were sitting out there, and I got judged for being a half orc. Okay, they don't want me here,
hey John?
but I'll go.
John,
Yeah.
is this party
Can I,
like? Oh, go ahead.
can I roll an intelligence check to see if like I'm just thinking, what if we like picked everyone up in the wagon and like maybe left the big old gun
The spot.
yeah, like in our rooms or something, would it be like abnormal to have like guard, like I don't know, chauffeurs just to like be outside the camp?
Oh. Yeah,
Is
I
this-
mean, you assume a lot of rich people have guards. Personal guards, not like city guards.
So Dud would just have his helmet over
Yeah.
him.
I'm talking about personal guards, like bodyguards. Only.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, is this party like outdoor or is it inside
I
the
mean,
building?
well, roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
From the description you got, it's kind of an open air kind of large size gazebo type deal.
So really, Dud doesn't even really have to be in the party. He could watch from a distance.
Well, you haven't been there yet, so you don't know.
Okay.
I got 18.
18.
Yeah.
From the culture that you get from the city, it's not like the rich has to protect their stuff. There is the abnormally rich people that might do that. But the families that you've been visiting so far, it's more like an upper middle class type deal. They're rich, but they're not like insane. And as you know, you've been able to walk up straight to their front door without any problems, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question.
So probably not armed guards, like bringing them to and fro the dance.
Well, I mean, maybe we could.
But like,
Cassandra could be rich.
it wouldn't be too far out of the realm of possibility as far as, I mean, if you left people, like if you have guards you brought, it's kind of standby. Sure, that's not like, it's not like you're trying to make a scene with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
So you guys walk into the clothing store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk in to the clothing store. Now this store, you do not see any masks, just nice clothing, robes and such that are hanging off of mannequins and stuff like that. When you go in, you are greeted by several workers. This is like more. It's not like a small store. It's like more like a, if you were to go into
Men's warehouse.
I don't know. It's not a warehouse, men's warehouse type deal. There's more. It's like men's warehouse with more people in it, helping.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
Improved men's warehouse.
One of the kind of the head shop owner, and you can tell just by his demeanor, a gnome, not a gnome, a halfling. Halfling gentleman, balding on top with, the side kind of hair. He is all white. His hair's all white. And he kind of says, "Hello, gentlemen. You looking to buy some clothing? Looks like you might. Then he kind of trails off.
Yes, we're actually here to get clothing for the masquerade party happening tonight.
Dude,
Oh, what masquerade?
Yeah, I like how we're telling everyone about this.
yeah, maybe.
I'm not familiar with the masquerade party, but are
It's
you
on the
hosting
south
one?
side.
Should I be attending it?
No, this is
South
This
side of the
sorry.
city.
It's invite only.
Yeah.
Oh, flexing a little bit, huh?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, that's what you rich people do. I'm just kidding. He goes, okay, well, you came to the right place. We can dress you up real nice. What are you looking for?
Maybe like a black tux and a cape.
What's a tux? Okay, we can get
That
you.
goes
We
around
can
the
definitely get you a
shoulder.
cape. You just need some nice formal wear, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you prefer black?
Yeah.
All of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to have some modification done to mine. Pretty easy though.
And maybe a red tie or
Uh,
whatever that's called.
Ascot.
Vampire.
From Bruin's intelligence check, did we get that these guards are fully dressed in tux or just look nice?
you do not know of this aspect of like people bring. I mean, you don't even know the kind of the clientele that goes here. You're not familiar as far as what guards would wear, especially to a masquerade party.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I would explain to him that I would like a nice formal wear, but I want a part, you know, in not Captain America, Wonder Woman, where she has a sword in her back.
It like goes in the dress.
Oh, where
Yeah, I want to stash a. Well, I probably can't fit a short sword, but maybe a dagger down my spine, basically,
Okay.
and then my hair will like cover it up. So there needs to just be like a little slit or pocket kind of thing.
Okay.
Can I?
Oh wait,
can I
you're
do that?
telling that you're trying to conceal a weapon?
Well, good question. No, but if I was going to, maybe I would. I don't know.
Can I interrupt?
Sure,
Uh-huh.
I'll tell him that I do.
Can I don't know, can I make another intelligence check to, is it commonplace for people to
have weapons.
like to wear like fine weapons or something? You know, like is this like 18th century where like people wear like
Oh, like
fancy
their
like
weapons on
rapiers?
their hips and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're
Okay.
military. Especially in this town. As decorative swords and stuff. If you're kind of just a bystander, not so much. Like people don't just walk around town with weapons. But you guys are clearly adventurers just by your demeanor and the way you guys walked in.
Yeah.
Okay. But he kind of takes down what you need. So assuming that it's not out of the crazy ordinary, he gets you what you need for about say about a gold, 2 gold each.
Okay.
But for your concealed weapon, he goes, young man, it's not my place to question. You're kind of standing just a little bit shorter than he is. He goes, I don't particularly deal with concealed weaponry.
Well, can you just modify it a little bit? Like,
And I honestly don't feel comfortable giving a child this adjustment.
wow. Never thought I'd be discriminated like this. I know how it feels now. What if I just pay you extra gold to do it?
Excuse me. I.
It's
He
an extra
goes.
gold.
I mean, I wouldn't. Ow, I shouldn't.
You should.
But I wouldn't be I shouldn't. He goes. I guess I can turn an eye away, and kind of like he turns his head to the other side and like holds out his hand towards you.
Slide him the gold. Slide a hand.
Sweet.
It's a silver.
He goes, oh, we'll see what we can do here, okay?
You said 2 gold.
So it's 2 gold, so it'd be 3 gold for Noah.
So I want to look like the cape that kind of goes up a little bit around the neck.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you want to look like the Count.
Yeah. I mean,
Like a literal vampire.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna
Pulling a Duck Dynasty. Duck Dynasty.
In Jordan, are you still there?
He said he had to go take care of something.
Okay. So we'll just assume that he got something.
Can we get some for him, but it's all one size, just slightly too small? Like, not small enough you can't wear it, but it's just like real tight around the neck.
Can we also send a message to Catherine to match the color?
Wow. So okay.
Right.
So you guys, he goes, okay. I should be able to find what you need. We have a big store here, so maybe slight alterations. Could you guys come back in? And he kind of takes down your measurements. He's like, say about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be here maybe a little later. Yeah.
Oh, well, anytime after 30 minutes, we'll have someone start working on it immediately.
All right.
Pleasure doing business with you,
Walk
sir.
out.
Okay.
And find the map.
Oh, I leave him a dagger to make sure it fits.
Oh, okay,
You want
sure.
Just check it.
Well, how about he just measures it?
Yeah, you can measure it.
Okay. All right, so you guys walk out of the store with your measurements taken. Now, let's see. The only thing left is the temple.
mask.
Oh, and
We
the
never-
mask. So, do you guys do the mask first or the temple?
That's it, mask.
Might as well do that while Jordan's gone.
Yeah.
The mask.
Give him like a pink one.
Okay, so you guys
Black.
go several streets down and you find a mask selling place. It's not just masks, there's like hats, but it's particularly seems like they do deal with masquerades.
I'll turn as we're walking. I guess. Do I need a mask and like have the helmet do its little flip down?
Probably not. Probably not.
That's good.
That looks really good, actually.
All right, cool.
I mean, are you going in armor or what is it? Are we going as guards? I forget.
I'm assuming he's probably gonna be as a guard. And
Yeah, and I could go as a guard too, but I also just want. So. you never know when it's gonna be handy.
That is true. Never know.
I don't know. I guess that's it.
All right.
And then, yeah.
So you go in. A very, say, a long-fingered woman in her mid-40s. She's kind of have linky appendages. She goes, "Hello, welcome. Is there anything I can help with?"
We would like to purchase some masks.
Oh, masks. All of you.
4 of us.
Well, yeah,
One of
for
them, he won't let it.
Oh, for the 4 of you. Okay.
I probably just hung out outside.
Yeah, so Lars obviously is probably following us.
Okay. So who is hanging out outside? Just that. Okay.
I think so.
Okay. For the 4 of you. And she kind of leans in and whispers. I'm assuming this is for the masquerade party tonight.
Wait,
I kind of gave a little smirk.
what masquerade
The
party?
one person we don't tell right away knows what it is.
She
I
kind
kinda
of
gave her a
like, oh,
smirk.
it's not every day people come asking for masks specifically, but we got masks. And she like kind of hand gestures to the walls, like we got plenty of them.
Well, I see a mask that kind of goes like it covers here, here, and then covers.
You're like a Phantom of the Opera mask.
Yeah,
The count.
that's what I want.
Yeah, you do see one in all black. Is that the one you want?
You said it's all black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Well, it has to be in all black. That's the masquerade thing.
No,
Yeah.
They said all the masks were black.
did it?
Some people take notes and some people
What?
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the masks were black.
Yes, all black.
Is there so in Batman, Dark Knight Rises, Catwoman has like a mask that kind of has like
The
almost
goggles?
Yeah.
No,
Something
not
like that.
particularly.
Not it doesn't have to be goggles, but like
You want a
Or-
cat-looking mask.
Yeah, you after the goggles, you want the little cat ears that flip up and down.
Yeah, more like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she has them.
I immediately asked to purchase those.
Okay.
Well, see if it fits.
For Norcal, your mask is going to cost you about a silver.
Okay.
And then your mask, the cat mask, it's kind of like a play mask type deal.
Yeah.
It will probably cost you about
Is it black?
5 or 6 coppers. 6 coppers. It's it is black. They kind of have like different colors of varying, for all the masks that they carry.
I get a mask again. Probably gonna be a guard, but just try to do like a full face mask
Full face mask,
with
like a hockey mask.
Like Hannibal?
I might be regretting this. Like it's like a
Oh.
super big grating, like almost
Oh yeah. Okay.
like I don't know. Maybe this is dumb.
It's like lines that run down,
What?
like lines that run down the length of your face.
No, It sounds so much worse than I was thinking. I was thinking of like a grinning demon mask.
Oh,
But then I was
okay.
like, this is like, oh, good.
I mean, that's fine.
And then I get 4 others, one substantially smaller than the rest. But
4 other ones that are substantially smaller.
they all like female masks.
They're all female masks.
Yes.
What?
Well,
Okay, yeah,
if
sure.
we're, if we talked about it, but if we're gonna get other, like, if we're gonna find others,
I was just thinking of.
Ruben's the only one thinking ahead.
I think we only need like one more. Yeah, we just like if we get too many chicks, it's gonna be hard to keep track of them. But
I
Hard to
get
keep track of.
No, we're not bringing any more females. We've
Well,
already brought one.
listen. We'll talk
Listen.
about it outside. But yeah,
I still
Into
do
these
that
kills.
though.
Okay. Let's say it's a silver per mask.
So I spend 5 silver, and one of them is substantially smaller than others, which is like the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jordan,
Are they all the demon smiling masks?
No. these are like female, like probably the smallest one. Also like a cat like one. Like,
Okay. Let's say 4 silver and 5 coppers.
Okay. Do that.
Gotta make those child support payments.
up.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I'll just take a black mask, plain Black
Lame.
mask.
Joe, and don't forget to take 2 gold away.
Did you? And,
For what?
okay, so she goes.
We got
Okay,
you some
here
gold.
are your masks. For all. Yeah. Okay. Would you like this jester hat to go with the demon mask?
What?
A jester hat.
Oh. Does it look better with it?
Like the one with the balls on it.
Yeah, it's got
What,
those ringing
3?
bells on them.
3 bells.
Yeah, I don't know. With that, I guess does that make it less like creepy?
You'll be
Or is it like?
You'll be very noticeable.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't think noticeable is good. uh,
Okay.
so I would say no.
And for you, just a plain mask, plain black mask.
Yes, please.
Okay, and that would be that'd be 5 silver. Sorry, 5 copper.
Oh,
There you go.
Is there anything else you guys need?
Did we get? Yeah, I think so. Good.
Yep, I think we got everything.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
She goes, you all may want to stop by. Well, have you guys ever been to this masquerade party?
No.
No.
I stay quiet.
Well,
What masquerade party?
I haven't. I haven't.
you may need to find something more formal to wear.
Oh, we got those. We got it at that little place with the halfling. I'm sure there's.
Place with that.
Oh, okay. Well, looks like you got that covered. Well, enjoy yourselves then.
Before we leave, I ask her, "Do you happen to know who the host is?"
They're like little pastries, right?
Oh my goodness. Dude, those are made in Emporia, by the way. Fun fact.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're what? They're made in Emporia.
She goes, no. It seems like it was started by some young individuals, and it's kind of stuck.
Do you know who these young individuals are?
Well, they're wealthy for sure.
Right.
Dude, are my boots, are they black? Probably not.
I mean, it'd be tragic if they didn't match.
Your boots?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is like much like a Men's Warehouse type deal. They'll give you matching
perfect.
shoes.
Perfect.
Yeah, we wouldn't hang out with you if they were.
Okay. So you
What
guys
about
leave
presentation?
the mask and hat store, accessory store. And let's see. Okay. Where to next?
Do
Yes.
we want to head to the temple?
Yeah.
Talk to this den?
Priest Dennis.
Knock it out.
Okay. As you walk towards the temple, you realize the crowded streets is more. It like breaks away from the temple grounds. There's a good amount of yard that's in front and around it. It is kind of the largest building in the immediate vicinity. You guys travel on the main roads with kind of grass on both sides, and over the kind of the pathway, the paved pathway to the front door of the temple, you see these kind of stone archwork with a kind of a very delicate and intricate design of a dragon that sits on each of the peak of these archways. And once you get to the front of these double wide doors that are kind of wooden slabs for doors, it's much bigger than you would imagine that you'd be able to push it, but right at the base there is a small door, normal sized door that you can push open.
Well, I was gonna ask Solaris something, but
Keep going.
Push open the big doors.
You try to push over the big doors. Unfortunately, it doesn't budge. I mean, it doesn't budge to light touch. Would you like to push harder?
Are there other people around us?
No.
Yeah, there are people walking around. Some seems to be praying. Some just seems to be enjoying the kind of the day air.
Do we see like anybody kind of wearing priest type clothes?
Like out in the front door? No. Roll a perception check.
Yep.
What did you say the 3 dragons were, or the 3 gods were?
Torm, who is supposed... Oh, never mind. Torm, Elmater, I'm not going to give you more information until you actually look for it. And Bahamut.
19.
19. So, you do see people in priest garbs, and it's kind of a white and blue, kind of accented blue, but they're walking within the background from the building that attaches to the main building that you're standing in front of. They're not really close to you. You would have to go way out of your way to get to them.
Okay. And this is, from what we were told, this is the temple that has the triad deity. Do they look like they're wearing different types of robes?
No, they're all the same.
They're all the same.
Well, let's go inside.
Okay. You take the door handle and you push it, and it slides open with the large creak as wooden doors do. You go in and immediately you see pews and a long hallway. But these pews aren't set up like a Christian church or anything. It's more like they're kind of set against the walls and against pillars, just off to the side to sit down. There is a immediate large rug that extends into what you imagine to be kind of a sanctuary type deal. There's incense and candles burning at the other end. But you hear some heavenly music. No, you don't.
Do we see any priests in here? Priests?
Carrying on your perception check, you do see some priests in here. One seems to be walking towards you. He
Okay.
goes, hello, welcome to the Temple of Bahamut. Is there anything I can assist you with?
I introduce myself. Hello, I'm Norkel, and who may you be?
I am, what do they call him? A squire? It's like a I am a simple follower.
A layman?
Yeah, there you go, a layman. I'm a simple follower, but my name is Billish.
Billish.
I'm Bruin. Nice to meet you.
Well, it's a
So-
pleasure.
We're just kind of curious looking at the temple. We heard about this temple. What do you happen to know? Could you give us more information about the deities here at this temple?
Oh, well, this temple is just for Bahamut. I understand we have other deities that people worship here, including Torm and Ilmater. But us particularly, we worship the dragon god.
Dragon god. Do who's is there a priest Dennis here by any chance?
Yes, he is here. Would you like me to go fetch him?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay, I will be right back. If you have a seat anywhere you like, please don't enter the sanctuary unless you are there for the purpose of praying. But I will return shortly. So he kind of walks off as he patters across the stone floor.
I would like to go into the sanctuary.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So you walk in. Immediately, the rug, kind of the trail rug that leads to this area, ends, and in the sanctuary itself, the floors are incredibly clean. Almost there's kind of a reflection of light, of the dancing light from the candles and incense, and it's incredible. It's like kind of a mosaic floor. There's the tiles that are put in here are put in such a way that it does look like some sort of art, but you can't really tell because you're at ground floor. You may be able to get a better picture at a higher up distance, but if you look around, you do see many stained glass art, kind of portraying the dragon god, if you will. And in front there is a bronze statue of the dragon god, kind of standing in a very kind of like a Great Dane when they stand like very upright with their chest puffed out.
So I'll like, I guess, pray or whatever. But I also want to look around. Is there any other like kind of dragons, or is it just that one?
Just that one. You may roll a perception check to see if you find anything that's more obscure, maybe.
Are we the only one in here?
In the lobby? No, there are several other people just
Okay.
kind of moseying around.
I look at Oracle and I just say, I didn't know Tag was so devout. I'm just,
Yeah. Is he always been like this?
Yeah.
7.
7. You do not see anything. You seem pretty captivated by the statue in front of you, as it is rather large. But
And
you
I'll just chill out there for a while.
you pray to yourself, and just kind of doing your
Solid.
thing.
Yeah. Then yeah, I'll just do that for a while.
Okay. You're not trying to hide this from your group, right?
No.
Okay. I mean, as you kind of kneel down to pray, this is rather odd from your normal demeanor. As you
Yeah,
do
take
so, when dealing, you usually take things lighthearted, and this seems to be a more serious side of Murtagh that you guys are not normally aware of.
I whispered to Bruin. He's probably gonna play a prank here in a minute. Probably steal
Oh.
some.
Sounds about right.
About
I hand that. Go ahead.
about 2 or so minutes passes. An elderly man dressed in the familiar white robe with the blue accent comes towards you guys. He goes, I was summoned. Is that correct? Is there anything I can help with?
Yes. We are looking into the disappearance of McKalen. we heard from her sister that she often come visits you here.
Yes. Yeah. I spoke with the city guards a while back, and yeah, was in close contact with Michaelin. She confides in me.
Would you mind telling us what you had told the city guards?
Well, she often comes here talking about uh, her worries. She prays for her older sister a lot, and I suppose she had some issues that she needed to work out, and we just talk things through.
Was I don't mean to intrude upon uh, her secret life or anything, but did she ever say anything about, I don't know, being afraid of anyone, or did she? You said she talked about her worries. Was she ever worried about anyone in particular? I'm sure you would have already mentioned this, guards, but it's worth a shot.
Um, well, I'm reluctant to say, as what she shared was personal, and it's not quite my business to discuss it with you gentlemen.
Investigators.
I apologize. Um, but as you know, she has talked about someone, but the matter of the topic is, if you will, confidential.
You might just save her life.
I suppose, but I'm not sure how it would help.
We're just looking for any reasons she might have been taken or kept locked up anywhere.
Okay,
Anything at all.
roll a persuasion check.
All right. Let's see. Not one of my strongest suits, I'll say. But 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Michaelin was very dear to me. I've grown quite fond of her. And the fact that she has been such a devout follower gives me all the reason to give you as much information as I know. And I wish that you may, in the best case scenario, is to find her alive. But her family, her sister, Catherine, and even for us, it would be good for us to know what did happen to her. The things we discussed were, in a sense, common to a young female. She talked about a certain man. Yes, but not in the sense of being in danger. She was worried. She had met a man there
Where?
at this party, she said.
Okay.
She seemed to be very infatuated with him. Let's see, what did she describe? She said that he had just this midnight dark hair. It was long. Kind of from the way she talked about him, he probably was the most attractive thing that's ever happened on these lands. Let's see. But what was worrying was she noticed a slight kind of discoloration on his wedding finger. And she thought that may have been crossing into a territory she was reluctant to be in.
Very wise.
So she said she was going to. Last time we spoke, bear in mind, this is a month ago or so. She said she was going to stop seeing him. Yeah.
Do you happen to have a name?
Oh, no name. It was. We felt that it was better to not mention.
Okay.
So.
And
we
roll
just
for initiative.
Solange. What's up, Jordan?
Go on.
So we met with Priest Dennett
Mhm.
at Bahamut place, and he said that she, Michaela, met a man at the party. Midnight dark hair, most attractive thing ever. That's what she was saying. And she noticed a slight discoloration on his wedding ring finger. And she was going to stop seeing him. And that was about a month ago.
And she hasn't been seen since.
Yeah. And then I looked to Solaris. He has midnight dark hair. And
He's quite handsome. Oh, I'm not there.
Okay, no,
I'm
maybe
not there.
It doesn't fit that description. Never mind.
He's short.
That's where we're at right now.
We're still questioning him at this point.
Oh, and Murtag is praying right now. Like with the. He just went out to kind of the praying area.
Okay.
It's all serious looking.
As serious as me.
Yeah. Death. You haven't seen this individual that Michaelan's talking to, have you?
Oh no, she's only ever described him.
And never mentioned a name.
No
Oh,
name. We decide to keep that confidential for her sake and his sake.
Fair. Do I believe him?
Roll an insight check.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Free rolls without consequences.
Without Solaris, that guy's honest.
It's like a really good guy.
It's only a 13.
13. He seems he seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. Well, is that all that we can do here? I don't really remember why we were going to talk to him.
So we were talking to him because Michaela was. Yeah.
Coming
And we
here
found out that she was seeing a guy.
At the masquerade.
at the mask.
From the masquerade.
And we got a description of him.
That's midnight dark hair and most attractive thing ever on this earth.
Priest Dennis goes, "Oh, there was one other thing. it's. She said that this man was kind of smelled of roses, though I don't know if that's something she made up or not, but
Was
it
it
is something, I
metaphorical,
guess.
literal?
Like, look towards the group. Does the weaver smell like roses?
I don't,
No?
I don't
Okay.
think the Weaver's a particularly attractive individual.
I don't know.
Coming from you.
Would
I'm also not there.
I wouldn't have any histories on this, right?
On what?
I don't know, just anything I've done in the past.
About what? What are you asking about?
Never mind.
You're just telling me, do I have history with what?
Never
With
mind.
the smell of roses. With
Does
the smell of
the I guess you wouldn't know. Then when she just described how she felt about this individual, did it seem to be with like fervor, with like deep, like compulsion?
When we spoke on many occasions, it seems that she was just very infatuated, like most young and in love ladies.
How long has this been going on? This attraction to this other man?
Several weeks before she disappeared.
Hey John, how well is Solaris's knowledge about, let's say like devils and fiends? Like, how good is his knowledge of that?
I was trying to get there, but I didn't know if that was
Yeah,
in a
I
sense.
feel like that's what you were trying to ask. You just didn't ask.
Well, I didn't know if, like, I don't know.
Devils and fiends, huh?
Yeah, because like I'm assuming that Solaris has like heard rumors of like succubi and incubi, different types of devils that have
It's-
charm.
It's a masquerade. It's obviously a vampire.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, no.
Joke.
It is at night though.
Yeah.
Could be right.
And that's why I was like, well, is it metagaming for me to just say, yeah, can I get a history check on my knowledge of vampires?
Because Solaris doesn't think it's an actual person. The way that he's described it makes it sound like it's not human. I was trying to see if I could think of it, if it sounds like anything that I know of.
He hasn't mentioned anything that would point to a demon of sorts.
Do vampires exist in D&D?
Yes.
Do vampires?
Roll a
Dragon.
Would I have knowledge of that, John?
roll a. You want knowledge, huh? I suppose it could be nature or religion or history.
You want to do history?
History
I mean, it
would
would
work.
be in the past.
History would work.
It would be in the past.
History also doesn't mean like things that you
Yeah.
but like you can have read things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe in the past I might have read. Or so whatever. 20. 18 plus 2, 20.
Okay, and what are you trying to figure out?
Just to see if this matches, I guess, just vampires like, is what I'm thinking of. And what I've read
What
about.
matches?
You're trying to see if like the things that this guy has described about this character is typical amongst other vampiric like actions that he's maybe read about.
Yeah.
Okay. 20 based on what he said. No, I don't think you can pull anything even with the 20 roll. If you're talking about the smell of roses, that isn't something specific to a demon or a vampire or anything like that.
That's a character. All right.
Well, I thank you, Dennis. I don't think, unless anyone else has any further questions, that we have anything else for you.
I have a question. Would any of the young female acolytes want to go help solve this mystery?
Ignore him, please.
I mean, this would go a long way toward helping find Michaelin. So
I apologize. I wouldn't be in good conscience to ask any of my the
You're
young
fine.
followers to do so.
You're good. You're good.
I don't have anything else to ask.
Oh, man.
I think that would be it.
I think that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you, and I hope that you find good fortune under the watchful eye of the dragon god. May you find Michaelin.
I'll walk back over.
Okay. Murtax joins you guys as you guys are leaving the temple, crossing underneath the stone archways.
I wonder if it's good to go back to Jasper. Anything?
I mean, he didn't really seem like he was knowledgeable about that stuff. He seems more
Yeah, that's true.
of a tinkerer than an active duty person.
I don't think I could get a hold of Anna either.
No.
Hmm.
Well,
I don't have a bird.
I technically could, but
Oh.
it would tap into the power of Dave later. I don't know. My apprehension is that it comes back with nothing, and I've wasted a spell for 0
Yeah,
information.
that is true. Okay.
Unless there's enough time for me to sleep a full 8 hours before this party starts, and then I can do it and then sleep.
I would say by the time of all the shopping done and everything, you're looking at probably around 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I think we just get our stuff and
Yeah, I think we collect our attire and meet.
Should
Half
we
on there.
should we secure lodging for tonight?
That'd be good.
I mean, we could just sleep outside tonight if it comes to it.
yeah.
Yeah, we should just sleep outside. Yeah.
Can we go and scout? Just kind of walk by near where this.
Yeah,
Yeah, just kind of.
it's gazebo.
Yeah.
Get a lay of the land.
Yeah.
So you guys venture out to where the location of this large gazebo, and you can see it from the street. It is between these these two strip stores, and you guys kind of walk in a little bit and check out the place. It is very extravagant, and it's a rather large outdoor gazebo. It's the kind of the roof, if you will, is supported by 6 major pillars, which also happens to support a second floor with the middle hollowed out so that the onlookers can peer down into like the dance floor, the common mingling area. Most of which this area is open air. It's decorated very well, like the inside of a mansion. But it is for public use. The people that you see that are here now, they're very well dressed. It's not like, it doesn't seem like people from the outer circle comes here to venture here and stay here often. But it's got kind of intricate marble and stone design that's kind of visible throughout the surfaces.
When we have a second, can I ritually cast detect magic and like do a lap of of the gazebo?
Sure, you can.
Cool.
While we're doing that,
Imagine actually doing a lap, just like running.
How like what's the footprint of the gazebo?
Like how big it is?
Yeah, length by width.
It's probably about 40 by 40. Oh, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was about 60 by 60.
Even better. I'll just stand right in the middle and do divine sense.
Okay. So you got one guy detecting magic around the perimeter, and then one guy in the middle divine sensing.
I want to. Are people
Are
looking
you?
at us?
Can you ritually cast that, or are you just using a spell slot? Or is that a spell slot?
For me,
Yeah.
it's a paladin ability.
Okay.
Oh, I wish I was
Like you
level
can
9.
do that infinite amount of times is what I'm asking.
A number equal to my charisma modifier +1, so I can do it 4 times in between long rests.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I wish-
So between the both of you, after you go some minutes of doing that, there does not appear to be any magical sense or divine like demon anything around this area.
So celestial fiends and undead.
Yeah. It's as normal as it can get structurally.
Okay.
Confer back with Solaris. Place checks out.
I didn't find
Make sure you
anything
hold your
either.
ear. Like yeah.
It says it's made of marble, John.
Marble and stone.
I mean, to be fair, I know the limits of this spell. If something's behind like a foot of stone, or like even an inch of metal, it doesn't let the magic pass through. So, from what I can tell, at least, there's nothing going on.
Yep.
You know what's really cool right now?
I was thinking that's something else.
Hey,
Like that meld into stone spell. I could just melt into one of the pillars, wait for the party, pop up.
What an entrance.
John, is the gazebo, is it surrounded by buildings, or is it like?
It's like past outside the gazebos there are like patches of, when I say patches I mean like it's surrounded by lawn.
And past the lawn is like woods, or?
No. This is inside the city. So there are buildings the further out you go.
Kind of like the Washington Mall, where there's just like this giant patch of
okay.
grass.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
It
do
also,
have a.
I don't think it matters. It would have told me anything that's been hollowed or desecrated.
No.
Anything?
No.
Still good? Alright. Seemed a little extreme, but I wanted to shoot for it.
Oh, which was.
How long would it take to get back to Cassandra's house?
It'll take probably about 20 so minutes.
Okay, before the party at some time, I need to sneak off. Well, I'll tell them that guys, I need to run an errand sometime.
What do you need to do?
Yeah.
What kind of errands do you do?
Well, I think we need one more helper, and I know just the person to help us at this party.
Who?
I mean, with somebody who's been to it before. Who's
Okay. Is it possibly the person who's
The only
friends with
person?
the person that's already missing, and whose mother is probably very concerned and
But
doesn't
yes.
want her to leave?
Yeah, but
So probably shouldn't invite another helpless young girl to a party
well,
who someone may have been targeting her specifically and gotten Tabitha on accident.
No. Solaris, that makes me think of a pretty good idea. We need another girl, right?
Exactly.
No, we don't need another girl. We don't need the
And I'll
one that
just
we
like,
have.
I'll like, nudge like, we need another girl, right? And just like, Murtag, like,
See, we're different. It wouldn't work out.
like,
Actually,
damsel in
bud, that's a
distress,
good
right?
idea. You're about the same height as Cassandra.
Have you
That's
Why
ever
don't we do
got
this? We'll put
fishing?
her mask on you,
Anyways, what I'm saying.
and that way, if you get abducted, you can defend yourself.
And
John,
then we, yeah.
as a wanderer trait, would I remember like a wig store?
A what?
Or a wig, some sort of wig store?
No.
Okay. So I did.
a wake store.
I'm just
Yeah, I
saying.
know. I was like, wow, way to make it dark all of a sudden.
None of us have been to this party. We don't even know what goes on.
Just saying.
But- but
He's a
if we
petite
get-
frame. It fits.
If we get somebody who's somewhat more knowledgeable,
We've got some bodyguards.
It's a party, Murtag. What do you think is happening that
I
it
don't
requires
know.
so much secrecy?
I don't know. It sounds like nobody knows what goes on here, but
It sounds like it's a
happens.
party and there's some schemy guy abducting women. That seems pretty straightforward to me.
So we need debate.
Which is
We have already Catherine. She'll be wearing a
Right.
mask. She's more than capable of being this bait you need her to be.
Good point. But
Bruin hands Murtag a mask.
I think it's a good idea.
I don't think we got.
I'll just go ask her. And she can make a decision.
Oh, but why do you want to put another girl in danger? I don't understand.
I mean,
Oh,
we're
it's,
there.
not, it's
we're
just a
not,
party. It's not in danger, right?
People have been abducted from these parties. What
Let's
is
think
the
about
whole
it
reason
this
we're
way,
going?
Allegedly.
Would Bahamut
yes.
approve of this?
Ooh.
I mean, Bahamut. I don't know. Bahamut's not like my dude, but
My dude.
yeah,
Here's the
mean-
thing. All right.
it's justice.
I-
You're going for honor, just something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me just put this out there. I recently came in to this new ability where I can essentially commune with my deity and ask it a question about
Same.
a goal or an event that's supposed to happen within the next 7 days. I could potentially ask them if this individual is going to be there tonight. And if we know that, I think we should definitely not bring Cassandra along with it.
Huh? Yeah. So, but
Yeah. That sounds
Or
like
if there's something else about this event that you guys want to know besides that one question, I could try. But it will be the only. It'll take a larger portion of my power to do.
Can you just like ask him who is doing this?
Yeah.
Hey John, can I read you the description of divination?
Sure. Although I can pull it up.
Oh yeah, or that, so that we don't also need to read it to you.
I'm just saying, I think
I
it
just
would be helpful.
To answer your question, Thud, maybe.
I have a response prepared because I'm pretty sure I know the answer already. I just want to heckle you.
Yeah.
'Cause-
It doesn't. Sometimes it's clear. I've heard from the temple other people that have used the spell that sometimes kind of more answers in very straightforward fashions. Sometimes there's like a game or rhyme.
Yeah. I actually thought about this because they've been using it so much in Critical Role.
Yeah,
Well, they've been
communion
using
is
Commune.
yeah, commune's the Mac Daddy, where like you get straightforward answers.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one's
yeah.
like
Well, it's the
Wishy-washy.
one that what's his name uses.
Caduceus.
Yeah, Caduceus uses.
Commune is you have to ask yes or no questions, right?
Yeah. Well, the one that he used early on, and where he gets like a warm breeze or something like
Yeah.
that.
And so divination is
Divination is a straight up answer to my question.
Maybe you should ask what kind of creature are we dealing with?
or is it just a person?
Well, wouldn't that
Could be
fall
just a
under
person.
So,
Creature.
I mean,
Let's
based
just
on your
find out
knowledge
where
of
he
the
is now.
spell, I would say that this is your
You
new
ask
one,
a
right?
single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. I don't think that falls under me being able to ask if that person is a certain
Uh-huh.
type of creature.
I mean, divination is more of a like, will this happen, rather than the who is doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
oh, your god sounds kind of weak.
Oh my word!
That's all I wanted. I've been waiting like 10 sessions.
I actually think that I am the one that's weak currently. You don't
alright.
possess enough. I can't channel enough of his power yet.
Okay.
Uh,
So, I'm assuming that you're not going to do it.
Well, hold on. So you're saying I couldn't even ask if he was going to be there because that's part of an event, yeah?
Who?
If this guy that Michaela was talking to will be
Oh,
there.
yeah. That's you could ask that.
But I couldn't ask, is he a vampire or something like that?
No.
What kind of creep? Oh.
Yeah.
What if?
Oh, what if I say, will the thing responsible for the disappearances be there tonight?
I mean, surely the guy could determine.
that's a good question.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Kev?
Yeah, I mean, you
Sure,
could
but-
ask. You could ask questions like that. Basically, what you're asking is for the occurrence. You're not asking for information so much. You're asking for whether something is going to happen or not in
So,
7
so
days.
divination is almost like looking into the future,
Yeah, kind of.
not
It's
so
almost
much
like a yes or no
informing
question.
information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
So do we think it's worth it?
I
I
mean,
mean, I think it is. Just because we're gonna be attending it, we want to know if he's there or not.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, sounds good. I'll go get.
Bear in mind, the divination can change.
it can, based off of actions.
So
Yeah.
it's not guaranteed.
As well, are
Hey,
So, like,
take into
so-
account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as
So, like,
casting
whatever
additional
you
spells.
do from here on out before the party, he finds out about it. He might not show up
cast
for the
it
party.
5 minutes before we go in.
Mm.
Cast it
What'd
right
you say?
before we go in.
Oh, that soon?
I mean, if we're doing something from now to the party that makes them
How about I do it like an hour before?
okay, and we just stay in our place, don't do anything else then.
So
And then I look at Murtag.
So,
yes.
as you guys discuss your plans for the night, I hope you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
You figure out kind of the ins and outs, and you guys are welcome to discuss this over a group meeting or something. But you guys are working out the details, though I don't think enough plan. Just don't let me know about it, so I don't subconsciously ruin your plan.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm assuming you guys eat, get your fill in before the night comes, and
I-
await your pending meeting with Catherine.
Well, wait. So we're for sure not gonna go get. I kind of want the option to go get Cassandra or invite her to the party.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sure can do it while they discuss this.
I
Okay.
gave him the mask to do that as well.
I'll head out.
Okay, you do so, and I want you to roll a persuasion with disadvantage.
Wait. So basically, yeah. Do I even get to talk to her? How does that?
You are welcome to. Yeah, I mean,
'Cause what I
we
would
can
like to
RP
do-
it if you want, but we'll have to do it next session.
Yeah, we can do it next session.
Okay. And with that, we will end our session 31 here tonight. Before the event that is the masquerade party. It shall be a night filled with fun and joy and uncovering of mysteries. Will you find the kidnapper? Will the group solve the mystery?
I think it's less of will we and more of how many NPCs have to die before we find it. Like, how many young women do we incidentally lead to their doom before we figure out who did it?
Look, they had consent.
So
Yo,
funny.
you're literally bringing a inexperienced